Nights here for your Tom Sox.
You're on air now.
And Trobaw's first pitch is in there for a strike.
Technical difficulties.
0-1-2 Schmidley. Here's the next one. That one's going to be blooped over in the air to right field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. And just like that, the leadoff hitter stays hot for the Braves. And they already have an early base runner on Dylan.
Schmidley with a nice piece of hitting there, just able to bloop it. And, you know, they say in baseball, Matt, hit it where they ain't. Well, he found the hole and able to drop one in. And no outs, a runner on base. Good start for the Braves.
Schmidley, that is his third hit of the summer, just batting at 400. And that's definitely going to raise his average there, Dylan. As now that will bring up Jake Dalturi, the shortstop. The shortstop out of New Orleans University. First one in there is in for the strike. Dalturi, native of Fort Myers, Florida. Going into his junior year over there at the University of New Orleans. And the lefty's second pitch. That one's going to be fouled off over to the right side. And just like that, Hudson Trobaugh already have an 0-2 count.
Yeah, he's not backing down after that early hit, Matt. He's already attacking the strike zone once again. And giving him something to hit here in Dalturi, so we'll see what happens in the 0-2 count.
Trobaugh gets ready for his pitch, and he deals. That one will just be upstairs, and we have a 1-2 count. As Trobaugh hasn't even looked over at that runner on first in Schmidley. And now the 1-2 looks into the signs of his catcher, Levy. And there will be a timeout by the home plate umpire. As Levy will go out and talk to his pitcher. Home plate umpire tonight is Brandon Martin, first base James Love, and third base Jesus Morel. Just a beautiful night here, isn't it, Dylan?
Beautiful night, 82 degrees, just checked it, Matt. Doesn't show any sign of slowing down this sun and this heat. A little humid out there today for these guys, but it should get cooler as the night progresses.
And now here comes the 1-2 pitch coming from Trobaugh to Dalturi. That one is low into the dirt, blocked by Levy perfectly. Checked over at Schmidley, but no budge there.
Trobaugh with that diverse profile, Matt. He tried him with the high heat in the 0-2 count, then tried to go low, see what he does in the 2-2.
Here it comes. Swung on and missed, strike three. And there it is, the first out of the day for Hudson Trobaugh.
He went high, he went low, and decided that the way to get him down was, well, just go right down the middle and see if he bites. He bit, and Trobaugh gets an out to bounce back.
And just like that, bring up their three-hitter in Charlie Keller, the designated hitter. Keller hitting .231 on the season. Only has one hit. And the first pitch he sees is in there, called for a strike by Brandon Martin.
Keller Jr. at Jacksonville State. Comes by way of Mobile, Alabama.
Comes up north here to play in the Valley Baseball League. Here comes his second pitch. Just catches the corner. And just like that, Trobaugh again, back-to-back batters, 0-2 counts.
0-2 really is the driver's seat. Mentioned a second ago, but Trobaugh was able to play with batter go high, low, and then get him to bite, see what he does here.
0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Hudson Trobaugh to start his night after giving up that early base hit.
That was a nasty pitch. Just snuck it right by Keller, and a great job here from Trobaugh. He's not letting that early base hit rock him here, and now he's back in the driver's seat with 2 outs, but going against the cleanup hitter in Walmsley here, the catcher.
Brett Walmsley, as Dylan just mentioned, from the University of Delaware, going to be a senior this year. Also from the Newark, Delaware area, so hometown kid playing for the hometown school. He'll take a strike one call from Brandon Martin. And 3 hitters in a row. Starting off 0-1 is Trobaugh. Trobaugh gets his sign, looks over at the runner on first, and he deals. Just upstairs, 1-1.
Walmsley 2 for 5 thus far, Matt. Both those hits and doubles.
As Walmsley can really get on base here, and if he sees a double here, you're pretty sure that Ike Schmidley, if he can get a good jump, would be going the mad dash first to home. That next pitch as just outside. Schmidley had a large lead over there at first. Only if Levy and Strickland had it early enough, could have had a little shoot down there.
Mentioned it before, but Troba, lefty, has that advantage of easy vantage point to check on first base. Really not letting Schmidley, as I say it now, he looks over at him, but really not letting him get in his head at all.
The next pitch just upstairs, and it'll be a 3-1 count. As you just mentioned there, Dylan hasn't thrown over there yet, so probably not trying to give those base runners early what that move is going to look like. Troball gets his sign. And here comes the pitch from the lefty. On the corner, and that's strike 2. As Walmsley did not like that call. He flung his bat thinking it was ball 4. And just like that, 3-2, 2 outs, runner on first. Definitely will be going, and Troball has a chance right here to maybe strike out the side and get out of an early opportunity giving up that hit.
I like it from Walmsley. Apologizing to the ump, too. He's a catcher and needs that guy in his good graces.
3-2 pitch. That ball is got him looking. 3 straight strikeouts for Hudson Troball. Gets out of that first little hit, and just like that, 0-0, and your Tom Sox are coming up to hit. We'll be right back after the break.
Your Tom Sox coming to bat. Attention, parents of young Jedi. If you are looking for an out-of-this-world experience this summer, be sure to register for one of our Tom Sox camp sessions this summer. The camps run June 11th through 14th, July 9th through 12th, and July 16th through 19th. The cost per camp is only $150. Visit our website at tomsox.com for more information. Setting the defense for Stanton at first base, Hayden Gustafson. At second base, Cameron Cole. Playing shortstop, Jake Daltieri. And over at third base, Jacob Lester. In left field, Mike Schmidley. Playing center field, A.J. Weinrich. And in right field, Noah Canterbury. Catching, Brett Walmsley. And on the mound tonight for the Braves, from Radford, number 33, Brecken Nace.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV for this bottom half of the first inning. Had some audio technical difficulties, so we're going to read through your Tom Sox on him again. Here is leading off Johnny Lopez. Up behind him is Tommy Roldan. In the 3-hole, Cade Ballou in the center field. Robbie Levy, the catcher, in the 4-hole. Designated hitter Matthew Sicoli, 5th. Left fielder James Tossig, 6th. Shortstop Ethan Gibson. 8th is the first baseman Kel Strickland, and 9th is Sam Mamu as this first pitch to Lopez, the hot hitter. Should be a ground ball, one assisted by their first baseman in Gustafson, and they'll throw that around for an easy 1-pitch, 1 out. And Dylan, now we get a chance to finally talk about the starting pitcher for the Braves, Brecken Nace. What do we got on him right now so far on the year?
Nace, the Radford University student in his sophomore year out there, 6'5". You're going to see him use that length. He's already appeared in one game, a start against the Generals, where he pitched 3 innings, no runs earned.
As the first pitch to Roldan is in there for a strike. Back to you, Dylan.
And he fanned 5, so you can't really ask for a better day than that, other than just try to not let those runs cross the plate, even though they were unearned.
Here is Tommy Roldan taking his second strike there, and just like that, Nace has an early 0-2 count. To Roldan, who's hitting just above 300. 3 hits on the year. Had a big one in the 16-1 victory. That one is upstairs. Now it'll be a 1-2 count. And back to Brecken Nace. 14 appearances in college for Radford University, a 3.18 ERA. As the lefty gets set for the 1-2 pitch to roll on. That one's into the dirt. 2-2.
Nace mentioned that 6'5", and you can really see it on the bump mat. Uses that length well. It's a big leg kick, and then he just kind of stretches out and strides out to deal it in there.
That one just missed the outside corner, and it'll fall to a 3-2 count. 4 rolled on. Nace, 11 in the third innings pitched for Radford University, 11 strikeouts. That one's inside, and he'll get him swinging. Strike 3, and just a quick 2 outs here for Nace.
Well, we had a lefty-on-lefty matchup, and we saw the strikes and the strikeouts, that is, from Troball rain down at the top of the inning, and now we see the first strikeout from Nace here. And still very early on, but like what I see from both pitchers.
And up now is your Tom Sox home run leader so far, Cade Ballou, 3 home runs on the year, hitting just at 300. First pitch swinging. That's foul tipped into the glove, strike 1. And here comes the lefties. Next pitch over to Ballou. He's going to line one into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. Cade Ballou will get on here. A quick 2-out hit. And we'll set the stage for the hottest hitter, and Robbie Levy hitting 600. 9 hits on the year so far. And that's in 15 at-bats there, Dylan.
6 runs driven in as well. A homer, accounted for 5 runs himself. Walks up to hot and cold. He's been red hot right now.
Also does have a stolen base, too. Let's see if Nace will check on the run over there. He will not. The first pitch is in there for a strike. That one is on the slider. Nace gets what he likes. And there goes the runner. And it's late reaction, and that's going to be a stolen base, and he's going to go over to third. And look at that, just like that, a stolen base for Cade Ballou, and he ends up on third on a throw into the outfield. And just like that, Levy just needs a little tapper to get through, and he'll drive in that first run, Dylan.
Mentioned he's already driven in 6, tied for the team lead with Roldan. Has an opportunity here, 90 feet away, to drive in Ballou for his 7th and take sole possession of that team lead, but what a job there from Ballou. Heads up base running, gets the stolen base, and then just quickly jets on over to third with the pass ball.
Very good jump by Ballou. And the next pitch is outside, and that'll be a 2-1 count.
So click on the cell here. Go here.
Brecken Nace
Undo.
into his stretch.
So now hit stolen base.
And the big lefty deals. That one just missed, and we have a 3-1 count. And there's the catcher, Walmsley, not agreeing with the umpire there, Dylan.
Well, we saw Walmsley at the dish to end that top of the first inning. Not exactly loving the ump's calls, but as he is also a backstop as well as the cleanup hitter, he's not going to really argue too much. You're not going to take him to court. But right here now, arguing it because it's a big spot already early in this game.
You just had 2 balls.
And the next pitch to Levy. He'll swing on and miss.
Wrong.
Strike 2, and Nace is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning.
That was a big cut from Levy. He was swinging for those fences out in right center, Matt.
Got his first one the other day. He probably wants more now.
Yeah.
33 on the mound. Gets the next pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 4. And runners will be on the corner now. Up for Matthew Sicoli coming up. Sicoli, usually the left fielder, swapping today with James Tosick. He will get the start as a designated hitter today, so we'll only see what's up in the batter's box. And what do we got on Sicoli, Dylan?
Sicoli 2 for 10 thus far. He's accounted for 4 runs and also has worked 4 walks. He's got a good eye, as we just saw Robbie Levy work a walk. We'll see if he can capitalize on Brecken Nace here, working with those runners on the corners, as Nace does a good job finding the strike zone there.
Just like that, an 0-1 count to Sicoli. Levy on first, Ballou on third. 2 outs. 0-1 count to Sicoli. And he'll deal. It's inside. 1-1 now. As the fans are clapping those hands. Just a beautiful night here in Charlottesville.
Really good turnout for Star Wars Day as well. A lot of kids looking to maybe get involved in a Jedi fight later.
Next one is low inside, and that'll be a 2-1 count. And still, the streak will continue. We got some fans out on the hill in left field in that shade area today, Dylan. So very smart on them. Just take advantage of that shade as much as you can. It's a very hot one today, as Dylan mentioned, 82 degrees. Here comes a 2-1 upstairs, and it'll be a 3-1 count with runners on the corners and 2 outs. On deck for the Tom Sox, that'll be James Tossig.
Tough spot for Nace here. You don't want to throw it too far right over the middle of the plate and see Sicoli turn on it, but you also don't want to load the bases for Tossig.
That one's in there. Strike 2, as Sicoli doesn't agree with that one, and we're going to have a full count here, and an expected runner, Levy, should be going on the pitch over at first.
That was a really nice pitch there from Nace. Just dial back in, work well under pressure here, and now an opportunity to get out of this inning scot-free.
We got 2 hitters already disagreeing with Martin's pitches, and there goes the runner, and he'll just tap one over to the shortstop. Handled cleanly by Dalturi, throw over the first, and now we'll end the inning. Sox get some hits on, but nobody scores. We got a 0-0 game headed to the to the top half of the second. You're listening to Tom Sox TV. We'll be right back after the break.
Nothing. Your Tom Sox, nothing. All right, fans, heads up for stress balls. If you want them, we need to hear it from you. You need to make some noise.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. You're just joining us. Matt Cabram joined alongside Dylan Price for the first time this season. Dylan, second inning, but let's start off early. You just came over from Europe. How was that trip?
It was a good time, Matt. Happy to be out here in Seaville now. Weather a little warmer out here, definitely a lot humider, and excited to be back around the game of baseball.
Gotta love to have you back. And now leading off for the visitors in this inning will be Noah Canterbury, the right fielder. As Troball looks to get back at those hitters after striking out 3 to end the top half of the first. That one's in there, called for a strike from Brandon Martin. As I was saying before the end of that inning, 2 players already on both sides disagreeing with the home plate umpire's calls.
It's a friendly strike zone, a pitcher's strike zone for the most part early.
That'll be a second one there, and it's 3 batters in a row, 0-2 counts. 4th hitters now in a row for Troball, 0-2 counts to start it off.
Did a really good job bouncing back there with really struck out the side after that first single. We'll see what he does here.
And that one's going to be swung on and missed, dropped. The throw over to first, handled cleanly, and that'll be 4 straight strikeouts for Troball. And that's the first out of the top half of the second. What a play there by Levy.
Picked up right where he left off. Troball doing a really good job right now, mixing up his pitches. He'll attack you with that heat and try to get you to bite, but also nice off speed there. That one was low and just hung up enough to get Canterbury to bite, and now we'll see what Gustafson can do.
Up now is Hayden Gustafson. He's rising sophomore. He's going to loop one over to short. Second, and then what a catch there by the second baseman and Sam Mamu. 2 outs quick here for Troball, as that's, one of those great plays we've seen already. We've seen a diving catch by Ballou. We've seen diving catches by Roldan, and now we got a second baseman making a big play, Dylan.
That was a heck of a play, Matt. We saw Schmidley, just kind of put it where they weren't. In that gap between the second baseman and right field, just dropped it in there for the first hit of the game. And right here, Mamu not allowing it to happen again. Just stuck his glove up, a hope and a prayer, and able to reel it in with a really nice catch.
And coming back from that one, he first pitch strike to Cameron Cole. So Hudson Trobaugh really getting aggressive on these early counts. The next pitch from the lefty, swung on and missed, strike 2, and just like that, Trobaugh's a strike away from retiring the side.
And working quickly here, not letting that pitch count get too high if he needs it to, and be a little bit more targeted with his pitch as he is, but allowing him to paint the zone a little bit more here because he has that pitch count to work with.
That third pitch did go down into the dirt. We have a 1-2 count here to Cameron Cole, the junior out of Radford University, Bridgeport, West Virginia native. Here comes the 1-2 from Trobaugh. That one's going to be chopped away, foul. Keep the inning going. As I was just talking to Dylan in between innings, just the vibe of Star Wars night. Got some Cantina band in between, the Empire music, just all around a great time here so far at the ballpark.
Keeping the vibes high, and the crowd keeps pouring in, and rightfully so for what's been a good inning and a half thus far.
The next pitch is on the outside corner, strike 3. 5 strikeouts so far for Hudson Trobaugh, and he'll retire the side there early. Well, 0-0 after the top half of the second base. Second inning. We'll be right back after the break.
Here, Tom Sox, nothing.
Pair up. Okay, Tom Sox fans, it is time for a Star Wars tradition, the Star Wars lightsaber duel. Ready, set, go. Oh, get up. Oh, some fast moves. Some fast moves. Oh, and we're out over here, missing a leg. We're still going though. Oh, missing a leg. We're still going. We're still going. All right, that's it.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Tom Sox will be James Taussig, the left fielder. And Dylan, James looking for his first hit of the year still.
Might not have that first hit of the year just yet. Maybe it'll come here, but he's playing a hit for his walk-up song. Got to give a shout-out to that Cowgirls for a walk-up song. I like it a lot. Was listening on the drive over, too. So James and I are already connected on one thing. I feel it here. The first hit could be coming now.
Just like that. First pitch to Taussig is in there on the outside corner for a strike from Brecken Nace. Taussig has scored a run. Did get on via base on balls and ended up scoring. Next one is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Cole. Handled cleanly, thrown over the first. And that's a easy, quick first out here for the Braves.
Batting for your Tom Sox, the shortstop from Virginia Tech, number 31, Ethan Gibson.
Here comes the speedy Ethan Gibson up to the plate as 375 on the year, Dylan, as this guy's all over the base path.
He's speedy, as you mentioned. He's kind of done a little bit of everything, Matt. He's worked 5 walks. He's driven in 4 runs. He's accounted for 6 in his own right. Been a bit of a Swiss Army knife for Tomlin's squad.
And very good, too, as Dylan, me and Mike Bolger on the other broadcast the past few games been talking about how strong this bottom of the lineup, how they work the counts, how they get on base, how they just deliver in big moments. As that's why Gibson is just so valuable at the bottom of the order. And on deck is Cale Strickland, hitting 444, so we'll see him up next too. But right now we have a 1-1 count to Gibson. That one's going to be looped over the air to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Gibson is going to take the turn at first, but he'll put on the brakes there as he'll be satisfied with a single. And just like that, Ethan Gibson continues to stay hot on this early summer and is early base runner here now for the Tom Sox.
4th hit of the season, was looking for extra bases there, Matt. You said it perfectly. Just kind of put on the brakes. He had the jets turned on, but saw that throw come in and kind of hesitated there. Canterbury doing a good job to track it and then eventually reel it in and keep him at bay.
First pitch from Nace, and that's going to hit Strickland. No sign from the home plate umpire. He's going to say it didn't hit Strickland. So it's going to go in as a ball. It'll be a 1-0 count, but Cale Strickland, the catcher himself, convinced that that did just touch his jersey, but he'll stay in the box as he'll try it again. We've not seen a pickoff attempt from both left-handed starters. Let's see if Nace will check on the runner and Gibson over there, who's might be going on one of these pitches. The next one is in there for a strike.
That was a really nice pitch there from Nace. Just sat it over the strike zone and then had some movement at the end on the off speed. And inside pitch again. First one to no avail with the ball, but this time lands perfectly for a strike.
And Nace is 1-1. Just low. Will be a 2-1 count to Ethan Gibson. Gibson slugging percentage .625 to start this early season. Dylan mentioned earlier 5 walks. So he's just always getting on base. The 1-1. Ground ball over to the third baseman. What a play by that. Throw over the first. That'll be the second out. Big play there by Lester. So there'll be 2 outs and a runner on second base. And here comes Sim Mamu for the first time this season.
Back here, Tom Sox, the second baseman from Florida, number 27, Sam.
Mamu, the Florida Gator. Going to take a bite out of a runner in scoring position here. A little bit of a chomp. Like at the Braves, you know, we were talking about off air, the chop. Let's see if we can get a chomp here. No, not. It wasn't getting you. It wasn't getting you.
No, I think I was
reach. It was a reach.
I was locked in on the batter, but I got what you were saying there, Dylan. Maybe I just gotta, be more funnier and take it as that first pitch too. Mamu's in there for a strike. As Dylan says, he looks to chomp on the ball here.
It was a reach.
I liked it. The 0-1 in the dirt as Mamu was just activated just a few days ago, joining the team for the first time, playing in his first start today, usually replacing the Landon Bruce spot. There's also Macho Santiago, who's no longer with the team, a temp contract. The 1-1. Chopper to Lester again. Fields it cleanly. Throw over the first, and that will retire the side. Well, the Tom Sox will get a hit, but there will be no runs scored here in the second. Just like that, 0-0 going to the top half of the third. We'll be right back here on Tom Sox TV. Stay tuned.
Stanton nothing, your Tom Sox nothing. We would like to thank our friends at Carter Bank and Trust for their longtime support of the Tom Sox. Since 2005, Carter Bank has had the privilege of providing the Charlottesville community with personalized services and industry-leading security while offering modern conveniences. At every Charlottesville Carter Bank branch, CBIT can promise you that caring is what they'll always do best. Carter Bank and Trust. I'd like to welcome some Tom Sox guests in attendance today. Visiting Hudson Trobaugh, we got Joe, Allison, Gracie Trobaugh. And visiting Jack McMillan, Kevin, Emma, Sandy, and Maggie are in the house tonight. And visiting James, tossing, we've got James, Noel, and Meg in the house. Thank you for spending your evening with us here at the ballpark.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Top half of the third. Leading off for them will be the center fielder, A.J. Wenrich for the Braves, as Hudson Trobaugh looks to stay hot, Dylan.
Trobaugh looking really sharp thus far.
as he's got first pitches in there for a ball, as Cherbourg has a pretty good stat so far to start the year, Dylan.
Cherbourg, 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. That's now the best mark for the Tom Sox. Hayes had it before with 4 through 4. And Cherbourg, 5 strikeouts. We mentioned bouncing back in that first inning, getting 3 of those 5 after the base hit. And then last inning, started it with a strikeout, ended it with a swinging strikeout.
In from the windup, the 1-1. We chopped away, 1-2, and just like that, Dylan, another 1-2, 0-2 count from Cherbourg to his hitters. He's been very aggressive with getting those early strikes.
He's doing a really good job. Puts himself in the driver's seat, and really that's all you could ask for from there because he has that, we mentioned it in the previous half of the inning, but low pitch count he's working with thus far, so he can really play with those pitches in mixed location.
That one's in the inside corner, strike 3 looking. 6 strikeout of the night so far for Cherbourg. Gets his second batter looking, and he's just off and running here. 6 strikeouts and just pitching very confidently around that mound, Dylan.
Confidently, I don't even know if there's a better word for it. I think that might have hit the nail right on the head. He's just cool, collected, and even right here, dialing right back in next at bat as the needle keeps on moving.
First pitch to Jacob Lester, the third baseman, fouled off and away. Lester with 2 plays in that bottom half of the second for those 5-3 putouts to end the inning. Also looked very calm in the field with some of those plays, Dylan. Some of those plays brought him very outside of the third base area.
And a nice backhand one as well. He's doing a good job out there flashing the leather.
The 0-1 in the dirt.
It's backhand and then a long-ranging throw for the second out that didn't even know if he was going to be able to nab Mamu in time, but just placed it right on the money and just enough velocity to get there. Deep throw as well.
And here comes the 1-1 to Lester. It's in there for strike 2. Here's another early 1-2 count from Cherbourg, looking to hit 7 right now. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Did he go? That's in the dirt. The home plate umpire said he did not go. As Levy will ask for a new ball. As Seven Nation Army starts playing, Dylan starts tapping his head.
Feeling right at home here. Penn Staters on the broadcast. Little Seven Nation Army tease up to the Penn
Seven
State
Nation
there.
Army, and for me too. Long Island native, New York Islanders power play song.
Oh, we don't need to. No need to bring up the Isles. The wound's still fresh with the Rangers. All right.
That was like my Christmas. Here comes the 2-2. Chopper over to Mamu. Easy play. Throw over the first off the run. And he'll make the tag, Cale Strickland. There'll be 2 outs for Cherbourg. So that's
Nice
a
play.
great play by the first baseman. You took the words out of my mouth.
It was a good play on both ends. Mamu had to come forward for it and make a really nice throw there. It did pull first baseman off the bag, and Strickland's still able to get back there and just apply the tag and instead of just putting his foot on the bag. And you work with what hand you're dealt, and both of them doing a really good job.
Top of the order here for the Braves. Ike Schmidley, 1 for 1, the only hit of the day for the Braves. It was a leadoff single to right field. So that first one is outside, ball 1. Schmidley just hitting just above 400. He'll see the second pitch from Cherbourg. Swung on and missed, strike 1. As Cherbourg will look into his catcher, Levy, get the sign and the windup. Into the dirt, bounces away. 2-1 count.
Really one of the rare times we've seen Cherbourg fall behind in the count, and does provide a good opportunity for Schmidley here. Has the lone hit thus far for the Braves. See what he can do here second time around as well.
2-1 count. And here it comes. Chopped over, foul to the first base side near the Tom Sox dugout. And here it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With number 42 up at the plate. And here comes the pitch from the big lefty. The 2-2 outside, and it's full.
Had some smoke on that one. Heard the pop in the glove of Levy. Thought maybe he could get him with some heat on the outside, but Schmidley, good job hanging back there now, and full count, 2 outs. Big moment here.
And here it comes, that full count pitch from Cherbourg. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 7 strikeouts through 3 innings for Hudson Cherbourg. As that will end the top half of the third. Tom Sox are coming up, looking to hit. We'll be right back here on Tom Sox TV.
right, fans, it's time to find out which of our Tom Sox belong to the light side or the dark side of the force. Let's send it down to Princess Lily to find out more. Take it away, Lily.
All right, Tom Sox fans, we have Brett and Daniel here, and they're going to go through the roster and say who they think is on the light side or the dark side. Go for it.
So he's definitely on the dark side. Caden, Baloo's on the dark side for the other team. And then I'll say James Hayes is on the good side. Yeah, I got McMullen definitely dark side. Landon Bruce definitely dark side. James Tossick probably right side. Sam Mamu probably right side. Yeah, Unk's dark side for sure. Unk is the darkest of all of them. Trixie's right side, Tommy's right side, Johnny's right side, Gibby right side, and then down the pen, everybody dark side, especially Waylon and Stryker. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Tom Sox would like to give a big special welcome to former Tom Sox and University of Virginia's number 7, Aiden Teal, in attendance tonight. Good luck tomorrow in the Super Regionals.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV for the bottom half of the third inning. We have a 0-0 game if you're just joining us. Macabrom joined alongside Dylan Price. We've had a good one so far, and here goes the top of the order for your Tom Sox. It's Johnny Lopez taking a first pitch strike here.
Both sides here, both lefties, doing a terrific job thus far, Matt. Just one hit allowed on both ends. Actually, scratch that. 2 hits allowed from Nace. 1 hit for Troba, but both pitchers, both lefties, doing a great job thus far.
The 1-1. Lopez is going to find a hole, and that's going to be a base hit for Lopez. Sent one to the third baseman in his first at-bat, and he'll squeak one by both the first and the second baseman for his first hit of the night.
He covered all his bases. He's just got to hit one and sneak it by the shortstop, and it's as close to a cycle as you might get. Keep it in the infield.
Lopez, one of the 5 Tom Sox with stolen bases. He is 1 for 1 on attempts this year. We'll see if anyone can crack these lefties to throw over. Right now, no base runner has been aggressive enough, as here's the first pitch, double play ball. 2nd to 1. Throw over the first will be not in time, so it will be a fielder's choice put out by the second baseman. That was Cole to Dalturi, but they were unable to turn a double play, Dylan.
Yeah, that was a hard play to try to make, and good job sticking the slide in there from Lopez to just keep shortstop off kilter. And, you know, it's not a whole lot. You don't look at it. It's not one of those plays that's going to jump off the sheet, but it allowed Del Torre to not be able to set his feet and land the throw there in time. So you still keep that runner on, and just with 1 out now.
And 1 out now will be rolled on second. No stolen base attempts for number 8, as the first pitch to Cade Ballou is fouled off and away. Hopefully there's no shattered windshields, Dylan. I told you earlier to make sure you parked here for the first time in a good spot for your car.
I parked pretty far back. Should be safe, but Mike Bolger over there, his car might have a dent in it at least.
As the next pitch is just going to be another chance for a double play ball over to second for Warnesdale. That was going to get thrown away into center field, so rolled on will go to third. So it'll be an error on the second baseman. Had at least a chance to get one. It was a tough play. But unfortunately, there are going to be no outs there for the Braves on that play. It will be 1 out, runners on the corners for your 4-hitter, Robbie Levy.
And this is a dream situation for Levy that a second ago might not have seemed possible. That was as you mentioned, maybe a chance at a double play ball. It was going to be pretty hard because Nace was going to have to go over there and cover with the first baseman moving off in Gustafson. But then to throw it on over there and the throw just not connecting. Don't know if it hit the leather, bounced out, whatever it was. Runners on the corners now here for Levy and just an out. Prime situation here for the Tom Sox. Maybe to plate the first run of the game.
Levy's first at-bat was the only walk of the night by Brecken Nace. That was in a full count pitch. Had to work it way back. That one tried to go to the outside corner, didn't get it. Both the catcher and the pitcher Nace did not agree with that one. And it will be a 2-0 count to the Tom Sox, arguably best hitter right now in the lineup. And the 2-0 That one's in there on the outside corner, and that's going to be called a strike by home plate umpire Brandon Martin.
Martin, we mentioned, a bit of a pitcher-friendly strike zone there, as it was already a 2-0 count for Levy. Thought really that call could have went either way, but tie goes, in this case, to the pitcher.
Levy's going to line one in the right, and that's going to fall for a base hit. It's going to be fair. That's going to plate one. The Tom Sox will take a 1-0 lead. Struggled in the outfield. They're going to send home Ballou, and he's going to score all the way from first. And just like that is a one-out double for Levy, as the right fielder, Canterbury, struggled to pick it up and throw it in, so that allowed Levy to score Ballou to score all the way from first, Dylan.
Doesn't matter where you put that pitch if you're Nace. That was just a pretty piece of hitting from Levy, and then just tough play to make if you're out there in right field in Canterbury, and allows the speedy Ballou to come all the way around and score. And now Tom Sox in what has been a bit of a pitcher's duel, breaking free here in the bottom of the third.
Breaking free, more of like your High School Musical days there, Dylan. Soaring, flying.
It's Star Wars night, but I'll be honest, High School Musical, it's a little bit more my speed, I'll have to be honest.
I'm there to second that on you there, Dylan.
Wow. On Star Wars night, you got two broadcasters who maybe lean a little bit more High School Musical.
Star Wars, great franchise, though. That first pitch fouled off by Matthew Sicoli. Has a chance with a runner on second base. Grounded into a ground ball to the shortstop in Dalturi to end that first half to start the game. 0-1 pitch to Sicoli. Levy with a big lead over there on second base, trying to score if that can find a hole. Inside pitch, but home plate umpire is going to call that one on the inside corner. Not agreeing with him is Sicoli. So we have 0-2 from Nace after suffering that RBI double, or the 2 RBI double, I shall say. And a 2-0 lead here for your Tom Sox. The 0-2, up and out, ball one. That's a athletic play by their catcher in Walmsley to make sure that ball stays put in his glove and doesn't come to the backstop.
Now we'll see how Nace kind of handles this adversity here. Has been really, really sharp throughout the extent of the contest thus far.
That next pitch fouled off the foot of Sicoli, and he'll hop, skip out of there, and hopefully he'll be okay. Just went off of his left foot, where he does have a brace out there, but I think that didn't catch the brace, caught all of his foot, so he'll just walk out that stinger right now. One of the worst places to foul one off there, Dylan.
That's tough spots, as you mentioned. Little stinger, and get dialed back in here in the 1-2 count. Still have that runner in scoring position. It was well in Levy. Good opportunity here to pad now that 2-0 advantage.
And nothing's worse than when you're wearing a guard over in those areas and just sneaks by it, but Sicoli looks to be ready on the 1-2 pitch, and here it comes from Nace, runner on second. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Nace will get a big strikeout there on Sicoli, and it will be 2 outs with James Taussig coming up.
Mentioned wanted to see what Nace was going to do to dial back in after facing his first taste of adversity really in the contest. What a nice pitch there. Just sneaking it by Sicoli, who had a good cut on it, but Nace just a step ahead here. And now he'll work with 2 outs, a little bit more of a comfortable position, but he's going to need the bats to help him a little bit more on the top of the fourth.
Lefty on lefty matchup here. Taussig still trying to eye that first hit of the season, and it would be a big one here to keep this third inning party going for the Sox. Outside, ball one.
He's pitching out of the stretch here now with the runner on second. Hasn't really changed anything in his livery, anything really whatsoever. You saw that in the strikeout. He is checking on second, but not a whole lot.
That second pitch is, again, outside and ball two, as most of these Tom Sox hitters were aggressive on these early pitches to Nace, but now more of a relaxed at-bats coming out of Charlottesville. More discipline, I should say. And here comes the 2-0. Taussig is just going to sky one in the air to center. Under it is Letram, and he's going to make the catch at the warning track, as that's going to end the third inning. Taussig misses one just by a few feet, but that will end the inning. The Tom Sox do score 2 on a base hit by Levy. And just like that, 2-0 lead. We'll be back here for the top half of the fourth after the break.
Fans, we are thrilled to welcome our friends from Ready Kids to the ballpark. For more information on this wonderful organization, let's send it down to Philanthropy Director Diana Cole Connolly.
Good evening, baseball fans. As the announcer said, I'm Diana Cole Connolly. Connolly, Director of Philanthropy with Ready Kids. Ready Kids is a local nonprofit serving Charlottesville and the surrounding counties for over 101 years. We promote kids' well-being through counseling, family support, and early learning opportunities. Our programs equip kids with life skills like communication, problem solving, and social emotional wellness. We partner with parents, caregivers, and early childhood educators in homes, in schools, in our office, and in the community to make sure that kids and families have the resources they need to succeed. And we hope you'll partner with us too. Together we can build a community where every child is learning healthy and safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana, and thank you for all that you do. You know, fans, nothing enhances your ballpark experience quite like participating in the 50-50 raffle. Be on the lookout for Tom Sox players and our promotion staff to participate in tonight's 50-50 raffle. You could be tonight's big winner.
Kenny liked my the story of me interviewing Robbie.
Leading off for Stanton, shortstop number 31, Jake Delattieri.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV for the top half of the fourth. 2-0, your Tom Sox lead it. If you're just joining us, it was a RBI double for Levy for the 2-0 lead. As right now, Troball will try to continue his dominance, Dylan. 7 strikeouts already on the night.
He has been, maybe sharp's not even the word anymore, man. He's been on fire.
As that first pitch will be skied very far foul, but had a good piece swing on that one.
Delattieri laid some serious bat on ball there, but just a little bit too far, wrong direction on the left side. But go back to Troball now, looking at 7 strikeouts, marked at 7 strikeouts, tied for second in the league. Lead is 8. He could match that and maybe even pass it still.
And here's Delattieri, who was the first strikeout of the night for Troball in that second inning after giving up an early base hit to Ike Schmidley. Delattieri's the one who started the strikeout party for the Braves, but he looks to try to snap it here with a 2-1 count. On deck their 3-hitter, Charlie Keller. And here comes the 2-1. As we got some action in the bullpen for the Braves already. Dylan is trying to check over there to see who it is.
Looks like Eli Lamb, the sophomore righty, is warming up.
As the next pitch to Delattieri is skied out foul. And just like that, it'll be a 3-2 count. We'll see what Troball will do here. Will he go aggressive? Will he get him to bite? That's what he's been good with so far, Dylan, on this mound. If someone can own something, he's owned this mound so far to start this day. I mean, I don't want to jinx him or anything. He's looked real good, but out of everywhere on this field, this mound right now is Hudson Troball's.
It's tough, too, the second time through the order because now everybody's gotten that chance to see him. A couple of guys to go down against him strikes-wise. So we'll see now Delattieri, who, as you mentioned, the first guy to strike out. Maybe he's the first guy to figure him out. Otherwise, Troball's looked virtually unhittable, aside from the one hit.
Full count pitch into the dirt, and Delattieri will get on via base on balls. So the Braves will start the fourth like they started the first with a base runner. And now it's their 3-hitter Charlie Keller, who did strike out in that first inning. Lefty on lefty matchup. We'll see if he can try to make some noise here. Kelly went 1 for 3 in their game over the 11-8 win over Culpeper the other day, as that one's going to be chopped to the foul side near Strickland over there at first, and it will be 0-1 to him. Keller had 1 hit, scored twice, had an RBI, and he walked 3 times in that game. So been on base, just hitting around the 230 mark. As right now he'll face an 0-1 pitch from Troball. 2 tall lefties. That one is just outside, 1-1 now. As we see some height so far in this game, Dylan. A lot of tall guys, both sides.
A lot of tall guys. Nace, who his day might be done for the Braves, maybe the tallest we've seen thus far at 6'5", and uses all that length on the bump. And if his day is done, he has put together a really solid start.
Next pitch is swung into the dirt by Keller, and he'll fall behind 1-2 now. Charlie Keller from Jackson State University, as Dylan mentioned earlier. From Mobile, Alabama, 6'3", 215. Going to be a junior over there for Jacksonville. And here comes the 1-2 from Trobaugh. Outside, didn't get him to bite on that one.
You're seeing those different pitch locations again from Trobaugh here. That one tried to go outside and see if maybe he could get Keller to bite. Now we'll see. Still has the 2-2 advantage. Maybe goes high here.
And the 2-2 pitch, fouled off and away. We'll hit the backstop in the direction of our photographer and Emmy Franklin down there, just sharing some laughs as that one went near her lenses.
Kudos to her, though. Stood right in there, didn't flinch. That's what you want in a photographer back there.
In our first game against Staunton on the road, Dylan, me and Mike Bolger were out there in the first one. We were right behind the fence of home plate. It scared me a little bit, but then we were ready for the next few ones that came our way. So first one will jolt you, but and the 2-2 pitch, runner goes into the dirt, as that will be an easy stolen base there by Jake Dalturi. As the ball got into the dirt, Levy wasn't able to pick it up cleanly. And just like that, the Braves are threatening no outs, and another 3-2 count on Trobaugh after having an electric first 3 innings. Kind of falling behind here. Trobaugh gets his sign, and the lefty likes what he sees. Checks that runner on second, and here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. No, strike 3 call on the outside corner by home plate umpire. Dylan, even me as a human reaction, I thought that one just got a little bit outside.
Trobaugh's had that pitch location down, and I guess he was just able to paint enough of the corner to get the called strike 3, and now that puts him at 8 strikeouts on the game and gives him the league lead tie.
That is the league lead tied for Trobaugh, but his night's going to be done. Out comes the pitching coach and Adam Dolphemeyer. They're going to take the ball from him, and we'll have who's up on the mound right after the break here. You're watching Tom Sox TV. The Sox lead 2-0. We'll be right back here in the top half of the 4th.
New pitcher in the game for your Tom Sox from Coastal Carolina. Number 1, Chase Striker.
Final stat line? Not yet. Right now it's looking 3 1/3. He gave up 2 hits. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. 8 strikeouts? That's tied for the league lead. League leading for a single game. And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. We did have a pitching change. It will be number 1, Chase Striker. Dylan, what do we got here on Striker?
Striker, the Coastal Carolina student. The Chanticleer put together a strong season of work. Appeared in 7 games, pitched 5 1/3, 11 hits, 8 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and really found his groove towards the end of the season.
A striker stat from Mike Bolger here to my left. The number 2 recruit in their 2023 recruiting class. So his first pitch was a strike. It'll be an 0-1 count to the hitter in Walmsley, who struck out his first time looking. And the 0-1, striker just a bit outside, handled cleanly by Levy to keep that in front of him.
One of South Carolina's finest. Had his best outing against App State, where he had a strikeout, 2 hits. Also put together a nice one where he had 2 strikeouts and just a hit against Cincinnati. The App State performance on the road, pitched well at home, and as mentioned, just those 7 appearances. Still getting his feet wet in the college baseball world.
That one is up and in, and it will hit Walmsley, so he'll reach first in striker's first at-batter he'll see of the summer. So now he's got to work around runners on first and second, 1 out. That runner on second will still be inherited to Hudson Troball's night. But this one here on first is all striker, and he'll be facing number 35 and Noah Canterbury, the right fielder, who struggled to pick up that ball on that double by Levy. Allowed Cade Ballou to score from first, looking to try to make up from it and try to help out his Braves. And the first pitch is up and out from striker. So he'll fall behind here early, 1-0.
Striker pitching out of the stretch here. He's got the guy on first, but also has to worry about that runner on second. You mentioned he inherited it from Troball, but it doesn't matter who inherits it. He's still got to work around it in this heart of the order against Canterbury.
Canterbury's going to pop one up. Going out, the left fielder. It's going to be tossing under it. He'll squeeze that under the leather. There'll be 2 outs there. Is good communication there from him and Ethan Gibson, because Gibson was out there flying to try to get under that.
Well, we already saw Gibson fly over to first, and we'll call it half of second before he put on the Jets and turned back. And you've mentioned his speed's been on display already in these early games for the Tom Sox. Nearly flew all the way out there to left field to reel it in. But Tosick did a good job, as you mentioned, getting under it.
And here is Hayden Gustafson, who lined out to the second baseman, Mamu, who had a great flashing play of the leather as that one's up and in, ball 1. But striker able to get a huge first out there to build some confidence.
Yeah. Build that confidence, as you mentioned. It's still very young, both within the college baseball world and point blank, playing for such an established program in Coastal Carolina. Now he's got that freshman year under his belt, gets the summer action against some of the very best in the Valley League.
As he'll fall behind the Gustafson. 2-0 right now is the count. And the 2-0 on the outside corner, and that's a huge strike call there by Brandon Martin to help out striker, get some confidence there. 2-1. Hudson Troball's final stat line, 3 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, tied, like I mentioned not too long ago, for the league lead in the Valley Baseball League, as that'll be a strike call there on Gustafson, and there'll be a 2-2 count. Striker looking to get out of it.
2-2, 2 outs. Striker working with 2 on, but points mute if he can just get out of it here.
Runner on second base still inherited if scored on Troball's stat line. And that one swung on and missed, strike 3. Striker comes in, gets a fly out to left and a huge strikeout to get out of it. Well, the Braves made some noise, but the Tom Sox didn't let them answer with it. So 2-0, the Tom Sox lead it. We'll be back here in the bottom half of the 4th. Nace is still going out.
The Tom Sox would like to thank First Heritage Mortgage for their support this season. Founded in 1996, First Heritage Mortgage was designed to be the premier source of mortgage financing in the area. By working hard to prove ourselves on every loan, First Heritage has gained a reputation for their ability to provide innovative mortgage solutions customized to the unique needs of each borrower. Again, thank you, First Heritage Mortgage.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV for the bottom half of the fourth. 2-0 your Tom Sox lead it. As Brecken Nace still on the mound there with noise in that bullpen for the Braves. And it will be Ethan Gibson. He'll see the lead off this inning. Gibson 1 for 1 with a single. And the first pitch inside there, ball 1.
Eli Lamb continues to warm, getting those throws in, but Nace, as we've mentioned, has put together a pretty solid start. They far from over, well, at least for now.
Nace is 1-0 in the windup. That one's inside again. It'll be 2-0 to Ethan Gibson, who's already been on, and earlier in this game, Cade Ballou has a stolen base, and we haven't seen Ethan Gibson take an attempt yet in this one. But he'll see a 2-0 count. Inside again, and that'll be 3-0, 30 on the first batter Nace will see in this inning.
Had that single in the second. Really could have been a double, as we've mentioned, Matt. Now see if he can work a walk here.
Right down the middle with the breaking ball, 3-1. So Nace will get a strike to kind of boost his confidence and try to attack Gibson and try to see if he can get around him. That one's outside, ball 4, so Gibson will be on with a walk. That is Nace's second walk of the night, as looks like his night is going to be done as the head coach of the Braves is coming out here. And since there will be a pitching change, we're going to take a small break here on Tom Sox TV. We'll be right back after the break.
New pitcher in the game for Stanton from Georgia Southern, number 11, Eli Lamb.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Bottom half of the fourth, runner just on via walk by Brecken Nace. His night is done. Head coach Brady Bogart came in, and he was bringing in number 15, Eli Lamb. What do we have on Eli, Dylan?
Lamb, the freshman from Georgia Southern, comes by way of Franklin, Tennessee. Got another guy with a lot of height, this time on the right side, not the left side like Nace was. He's 6'5", 215, majors in exercise science, and was a stout pitcher out in Tennessee at Centennial High School.
His father also played collegiate baseball at Kentucky Westland, my apologies. And the 0-1 count from Lamb, as that next one is in there, called strike to Cale Strickland. Strickland's first at-bat grounded into the play over to third base. It was a nice place over there by Lester, as Dylan said earlier, the backhand play that got the first out. Swung on and missed, strike 2, and it'll be a 1-2 count.
Nice pitch there from Lamb, just getting the inside enough, almost right by the handle of Strickland. Snuck it by, and now working in the driver's seat.
The 1-2, Lamb will check that runner on first. And Gibson baited to go, but ended up not going. And I'll be down and away ball 2, but Gibson a little bit of a running start. Dylan didn't go. Trying to play in the mind games right now of Lamb.
A little cat and mouse with the righty.
And here comes the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. So an early 0-2 count. 1-2 count, now a full count here to Cale Strickland. Just sitting around that 4:44 window. Full count pitch. Gibson goes. Popped up over our broadcast booth. Dylan, grab your glove, get ready.
I don't think I'm going to be able to haul it in.
I think that hit your car.
Once again, I think Mike Bolger needs to go out and check his cards. There's a couple that have already been dicey.
Got to make sure that everyone's A-okay over there. As it'll be 3-2 count still to Strickland. Lamb gets the sign. Gibson goes again. 3-2 is upstairs. Ball 4, and that's going to go into the outfield. So Gibson will easily take third. It was ball 4. So he got second easily, and then the sail from Brett Walmsley goes into center field. So Gibson will just easily stand up on third, and now we got runners in the corners with no outs. And here is Sam Mumau again looking for his first hit of the summer, and what a good opportunity for him here, Dylan.
Good opportunity. No outs, runners on the corners, and kind of mentioned it there. Walmsley popped up, and honestly don't know if he would have even had a fair shake at Gibson, who, as we've mentioned, very speedy and got a nice jump of sliding in there, but the throw a little too high, sailed into center field, and miscommunication sees Gibson now on third, and as you mentioned, prime opportunity for the Florida Gator.
Looks to chomp on one. Stealing your jokes now.
Stealing my material. I don't have a lot of it. It's hard if it's recycled now.
1-0 now. Lamb gets the sign. That one was darted and down the middle and be fouled off. 1-1 count.
Muma, very well accomplished baseball player. Played at both Palm Harbor High School and, Florida Burn Prep, and then played for Palm Harbor High School in Dunedin. Prep was the perfect game team he was on. 383 hit as a senior.
As he's in the line, one under the third baseman's glove. That's going to get through for a base hit. That's going to be an RBI. His first hit, his first RBI in the summer, and it will be a 3-0 lead here for your Tom Sox. We'll see what they score that as that just got under the glove. Either will be a hit or an E5. Other than that, though, Dylan, still his first RBI of the summer for Mumau. So, welcome to the lineup, and there's your first hit, first base hit. First RBI. So, 3-0 your Tom Sox lead. Back to the top of the order, and Johnny Lopez. Runners on first and second, no outs, and that run that just scored was inherited by Brecken Ney, so that will go towards his final stat line of the night. 3 runs on him. As that first pitch to Lopez is upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Lester to try to make. Hard hit ball from Muma.
Very curious to see if that run will be charged as an unearned run for Nace's final outing. The 3 total. Lopez with the bunt. It's a beauty, but it will just go foul.
Well-placed bunt. Just, as you mentioned, blooped foul right at the tail end there.
On this dirt infield, this grass infield is very different from where I'm from. Usually most of the ballparks by me, Dylan, dirt around that area. Down here, down south, mostly a lot of these fields with grass on the infield, just dirt around home plate. Now we had a 1-1 pitch to Johnny Lopez. Nobody's covering these runners as they look to try to get bigger leads. Definitely Muma over at first. Bunts by Lopez. That one's going to be a beauty, and he'll sacrifice both runners over with his speed, and he's going to be safe. No, the umpire will call him out at first. That was a bang-bang play, very close. That's James Love who made that call. But Lopez with the sacrifice. We'll move the runners over to second and third. We got one out now for an RBI machine, and Tommy Roldan.
Tees up Roldan for an opportunity here to drive a pair in. Got those runners on second and third, as you mentioned. That was a heck of a bunt from Lopez. As you mentioned, nearly run it out as well. Speedy, but just able to nab him at the end. Still one out here, though, for Roldan.
Roldan's first pitch is going to get away from the catcher. And here comes Strickland. It'll be a 4-0 game. He scores that one easily, as there'll be time granted by the umpire. Walmsley, just like that, Dylan, a 4-0 lead for the Tom Sox.
Yeah, Walmsley going to take that time, march on over and talk to Lamb a little bit here and try to dial the Georgia Southern product back in. And on the other end of things, does take away a potential RBI for Roldan. He's still got that guy 90 feet away at third base. And really nice situation now here for the Tom Sox. Still an out.
And very alert by Cale Strickland to know and realize that that ball was not fouled away, or, you know, chance for a catcher's interference with the pop of the glove. Ball got away as before nothing. So that'll be a wild pitch on the scorebook. 4-0 lead now, your Tom Sox lead. Tommy Roldan up at the plate, one out. 0-1 count. A runner over there on third base. In Mumau. Into the dirt. Be a 2-1 count. 1-1 count. As Roldan trying to drive in another here to try to make this a 5-0 lead here in the fourth. Roldan is going to find a hole. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to play Mumau. Tommy Roldan gets his second hit of the night, and it will be an RBI single, and it'll be a 5-0 Tom Sox lead.
Just a great piece of hitting there from Roldan. Another run driven in for him. Continues to pad that number amongst the very best in the VBL. And that was just a nice piece of hitting. Just slipped it through, and now a 5-0 advantage for the Tom Sox.
Mumau comes all the way to score. Just like that, the Tom Sox have scored 3 runs in this bottom half of the fifth, and they still have one out, and they're heart of the lineup coming up. We have Cade Ballou up with a 1-0 count, which, by the way, Ballou's single earlier, his 4th hit of the season, his first non-home run, Dylan, so finally lays away from the Jimmy Jacks, and he'll, you know, get a single.
Hey, he decided to play a little small ball for a change here. Takes a page out of Luis Arias's book instead of, you know, maybe an Aaron Judge hack here, but
oh, you had to get the Yankee lingo in there. Fortunately, as a Mets fan, I would say Pete Alonso, but right now, I mean,
yeesh.
Nothing's going good in heart and soul of Queens over there in the New York Mets. They are in London this weekend against the Phillies. Mike Spolger's getting excited for that. I'm not excited. I think the Mets are going to get swept in London and come back home very poor. But back to Tom Sox baseball. We have a 3-0 count to Ballou. Runner on first, no outs. Inside, almost hit him. That's going to be ball 4. And 2 runners on for Robbie Levy, who's been in this spot already today and drove in both of those base runners over out there right now.
Once again, just another great walk-up song. Levy, as you mentioned, has a double, drove in the runs, and then had a walk. So he's reached base in both at-bats. He's been hot, not cold. Now he's got runners on first and second and out here. And still that opportunity to continue to break away with this advantage here.
Wanted to mention it earlier that our PA announcer, Jeff Harrington, mentioned that Aiden Teal, the sophomore from the UVA baseball team, that one's going to get away. They're going to try to get Roldan at third, but he'll be up there standing. Very close play there. Usually I'd slide on that one, Dylan, but Roldan knew he was going to be there easily. Back to what I was saying about Jeff Harrington announcing Aiden Teal being here in the crowd. UVA Super Regional starts tomorrow. Live from Disharoon Park. Should be fun for those Cavaliers, as I got my first taste of UVA baseball the other day in that win over Mississippi State, 2-0. Dylan being from the New York area, you know, you got St. John's, you got Fordham, LIU baseball, and, you know, a lot of good programs over there. A lot of, you know, teams that make the tournament, but, man, going to a University of Virginia game, I mean, it was probably the loudest I've ever seen in college ballpark.
Wow. I got to catch the end of the game on TV. Thrilling win. Now the Cavs an opportunity to keep on dancing, and they'll have the opportunity to have the home crowd behind them once again.
That one is into the dirt, another 3-0 count in a row. So Lamb is really struggling here. We still got action in that bullpen. We got a lefty warming up.
Looks like Zachary Horn, the sophomore lefty, as Matt mentioned, out there warming up for Lamb, excuse me, who's currently on the bump.
Lamb will try to work around the best hitter right now in the Tom Sox lineup. 3-0 count, though, he's got to work around. That one's on the outside corner and called in there for a strike by Brandon Marin. I did say Martin most of this broadcast. It is Brandon Marin. Had to confirm from the one and only David Argo over here in our press box. Told me I was saying Brandon Martin the entire time, and I knew I was messing up. And the 3-1 count. All tied, ball 4. And going to be bases loaded coming up for Matthew Sicoli. So 1 out. And it looks like they are not going to make the pitching change yet, so they're going to keep Lamb out there for the righty on righty.
He just really started warming. It was a little long toss, and then really getting into those warm-up throws now. And actually, yeah, now at full length, starting the warm-up pitches. So we want to give him a little bit more time. Unfortunately, that does set up Sicoli with the bases loaded here, and Lamb to stay in and face him.
With a 5-0 Charlottesville lead, Sicoli will try to really blow the door open here for the Tom Sox as he'll take that first pitch strike. Sicoli 0 for 2 today, ground out to short, and a strikeout after pitch before he struck out. Fouled a big one off his foot and was able to get out of that jam, the pitcher in Nace. But now with an 0-1 count, bases loaded, he'll look to add to this 4th inning party. Inside, 1-1.
That was a good take here from Sicoli, is in a good spot where he really can pick his poison and can be a little bit more, I guess, just lack of a better word, picky at the dish right now. Has that advantage of really forcing Lamb to put it over the heart of the plate with the bases loaded and no place to put him.
That one is down into the dirt, 2-1. Sicoli, another tall player on this diamond today, 6'4", 205. The Washington, D.C. native, going to be a senior at Emory. Be a 2-1 count. And the pitch from Lamb with the bases loaded. That's on the inside corner. And Sicoli will fall behind now to 2-2.
Just a nice job there to paint that corner by Lamb. And he's not saying die, not quitting just yet here. Trying to battle back with these bases loaded.
2-2. Into the dirt. Great eye there by Sicoli, as now it'll be 3-2. 1 out. Bases are loaded, so Lamb really's got to throw his best pitch here, Dylan, to try to at least limit the damage as much as he can before the Braves will make a call to the bullpen. And the 3-2 will be a chopper, be a double play ball. Flip over the short for 1. Throw over the first will be not in time, bounces away. A run will score on the RBI roll Don. Baloo will be held up at third, but they'll get Levy over at second base for the fielder's choice put out. Score that in the book as a 6-4 put out. And hustling down the line was Sicoli, so that speed just keeps the Tom Sox in this one, Dylan. They'll able to tack on another run.
Another big run here for the Tom Sox, and also looks like this will be the end for Lamb. Lamb able to get that put out, as you mentioned, and solid end to things, and be able to build on a lot of things with that confidence moving forward. We talked about that 6'5" frame, and that delivery just brings the heat. Bit of a flamethrower for Bogart here out of the pen, and now officially number getting called, and we will see Zachary Horn come in relief for the Braves.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break here on Tom Sox TV. We'll be right back in a minute.
entering the game for Stanton from James Madison University, number 38, Zachary Horn.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Your Charlottesville Tom Sox, 4 runs here in the bottom half of the 4th. Blown this game open, a 6-0 lead here, and be a call to the bullpen here for the visiting Braves. Dylan?
Yeah, Eli Lamb, his time has concluded. Zachary Horn, another lefty coming in here, plays a little outfield. Also the lefty pitcher for the JMU Dukes, spending his summer with the Staunton Braves. Comes by way of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Another guy with some height, 6'4", 195 for the freshman. He was all-area first team both his junior and senior year as he just wrapped up that first year at JMU. And his brother played at Shenandoah University, so not too far from here.
Baseball pipeline family. As James Tausig's first pitch from the lefty, and Zachary Horn was in there for a strike. So Tausig still trying to find that first hit. And he gets another RBI opportunity there, runner on third. That's Cade Ballou. And the next pitch, Tausig's going to foul one over to the parking lot. Just heading over our merchandise den. Hopefully nobody got hit with that one.
Whenever you're flying, check Joe first at gojoe.com.
And just like that, Horn comes into this game. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, and he's able to get a early 0-2 count to Tausig. 0-2, runner goes. That's upstairs. They're going to let Sicoli take that stolen base. That's Sicoli's 3rd stolen base on his 3rd attempt of the season. So team leader, that's 3 for the Tom Sox.
And just with those 2 outs, just moving that runner across now here and well situated if this ball is just put in play from Tausig.
The 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's going to end the inning. Tom Sox score 4, though. They have a 6-0 lead. We'll be back here after the break for the top of the 5th.
No errors and 2 runners left on base. After 4 complete innings of play, the score now is your Tom Sox 6, Stanton nothing. All right, it's time to use the force to keep those beach balls in the air. Lily, tell us more.
All right, Tom Sox fans, it is time for the beach ball game. You need to keep it in the air for 20 seconds, and we are going to count, and you are playing against each team on first base, center, third base. Ready? 20 seconds, go. I don't know, center looks like it's going. Third base energy, come on, third base. Time. 8. How many do we have in the center? 16. How many in third base? 6. Center wins.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV.
Leading off for Stanton,
Top of the 5th now, in a 6-0 Tom Sox lead. Chase Stryker back for a second inning of work in the relief of Hudson Trobaugh, who tied that league leading 8 strikeouts, only had 1 walk, 1 hit, no runs for his final stat line of the night. As the first pitch fouled off and away to Cameron Cole. Cole is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That was from Trobaugh. Next one just outside there. Be a 1-1 count to Cole here in this top half of the 5th. That was a good bottom half of the 4th there, Dylan, for the Tom Sox. Just kind of really gave their pitchers a good spot now to really work and get better with their craft. This will be a ground ball taken by Johnny Lopez, the third baseman. Throw over the first in the dirt, scooped by Strickland, and in first out there. But that's what I was saying, Dylan. Huge bottom fourth now for your Tom Sox.
Heck of a play there from Johnny Lopez, who really just came on and had to run forward, make that play, and then just try to gun him down in time, and did a heck of a job doing so. But as you mentioned, 4 runs in that bottom of the fourth. Hey, they doubled what they did in the bottom of the third. Now they got that 6-0 lead they're working with. Nearly batted around. Everybody did get a plate appearance in the lineup. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Might have been an error or 2 in there that I might have missed here. Trying to keep up with the scoring, but everybody getting a plate appearance, and that's a heck of an inning for the bats for Tomlin's squad.
Second pitch, 1-1 to A.J. Wenrich, center fielder, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. And back to Hudson Troball's stat line, 8 of those strikeouts, 3 got the batters looking. So 3 backwards Ks in the book for Troball, as that one's going to be swung on and missed, strike 2. So striker, early 1-2 count here. And if you're just joining us, Mac Abram joined alongside Dylan Price here on this broadcast. We've mentioned that very early in this league, the Tom Sox are a half a game behind these Braves in the South Division. That one is up and in.
Got a couple score updates from around BBL as a whole right now. Harrisonburg leads over Waynesboro 3-0. Culpeper and Covington, unfortunately, they got bit by the weather bug. They'll be rescheduled.
That'll be ground ball to Ethan Gibson. Handles that cleanly on the hop. Throw over the first. Strickland, does he stay on the base? He does. And that will be the second out of the inning. And a quick 2 outs there for Stryker. Back to your out-of-town scores, Dylan.
Woodstock leads Newmarket 4-0. Front Royal leads over Strasburg 5-1. And Purcellville takes a 2-1 win over Winchester. That one, the first one to conclude. First pitch in that one was at 5 o'clock. So they got to jump on the rest of the pack this afternoon. Their game already signed, sealed, and delivered a win for Purcellville.
And now the first pitch inside. Jacob Lesser, and back to Dylan talking about those north standings. Woodstock 4-1, Purcellville 4-1 now with that early win, so they will both be at the top of the North Division. Newmarket 3-1, Purcellville. Oh, I just read that. They're now at the top 4-1. Winchester 1-3, Strasburg 1-3, and Front Royale 1-4. So those are your Northern Division standings. And earlier we did talk a little bit about the South, and we didn't really talk much past Waynesboro, who's 2-1. We had Covington 1-1. Be another ball here, 2-1. Culpeper 1-2, and Harrisonburg still winless, trying to find their first win of the summer. So those are your standings here in the Valley Baseball League. Thank you, Dylan, for your out-of-town scores.
They're knocking on the door right now, Harrisonburg. 3-0 advantage.
It's a fouled away there by Lester, and it'll be a 2-2 count for Stryker with 2 outs.
Stryker making very quick work here in the top of the 5th. Had that 5-3 punch out, then a 4-3 or 6-3 punch out.
And him dealing pretty quick right here. If you can see if he gets this batter here, you're most likely going out for the 6th inning and saving some arms in Randy Tomlin's bullpen. Outside. It'll be a 3-2 count. Well, it's full here for Chase Stryker as he'll look into Levy. That one's up and in. That will be ball 4, and that will be Walker's, my apologies, Stryker's first walk of the evening. So the Braves will have a base runner here. Their fourth base runner of the night. They've only had 1 hit. They have 2 walks, a hit by pitch. So now will be the top of the order here for Ike Schmidley, the only one to crack Hudson Troball. That was the first batter of the game, and then Troball after that delivered 3 1/3 strong innings, and like I've mentioned already, 8 strikeouts, tied for the league lead. Lester taking lead over there, the 1-0 count. Schmidley is going to ground one over to Gibson. Tough play. It's going to be booted. Lopez with the backup, but that will not help him out. That will be an error on Gibson. It was a tough play there. Rolling to his right. And just like that, the Braves gets 2 runners on, and it's Jake Dalturi coming back up.
Yeah, that's a tough play to read there for Gibson. Is it just kind of came off the bat a little awkward. Thought maybe it would have a little bit more speed as Gibson put his glove down, didn't come up with the ball because it kind of just slowed down and wasn't able to corral it in. And now first and second here in what was a pretty quick, short order work for Stryker has now turned into a little bit of a lengthier inning.
And I guess, Dylan, I will take the blame on that broadcaster's jinx, as I was talking about if he gets a quick one down, he's probably coming out. We got some motion now in the bullpen for the Tom Sox. The 1-0 pitch to Dalturi is right down the middle, strike one. Be a 1-1 count. And here comes the 1-1 from Stryker. It's going to be a ground ball to Ethan Gibson. He'll handle that one cleanly. Goes a short way to second, as that will retire the side. The Braves made some noise. Unable to answer. They'll leave 2 on base here in this one. 6-0, your Tom Sox lead. Will be back for the bottom half of the 5th. You're listening and watching here on Tom Sox TV. We'll be right back.
Just a reminder, fans, your Tom Sox will be back in action at home on Sunday against the Harrisonburg Turks for a special 3 p.m. start time. It will be Youth Baseball Day. For the latest information, visit our website at tomsox.org. Leading off for your Tom Sox, the shortstop, number 31, Ethan Gibson.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. Bottom half of the 5th and a 6-0 Tom Sox lead. Trying to add on as what they were able to do in the 3rd and 4th innings. 2 runs in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th. It'll be Ethan Gibson to lead it off. Gibson tonight, 1 for 1. A single and a walk. Has scored a run tonight. That one's on the outside corner. It'll be 0-2 now to Gibson. And we got confirmation for the Tom Sox. It's Marco Lavari warming up in the bullpen. That one is upstairs to Gibson. It'll be 1-2. And now here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. It's a big strikeout for the big lefty and Zachary Horn. And here comes Cale Strickland.
That was a really nice pitch there from Horn. Just went best on best. It was best swing from Gibson and best pitch really in Horn's arsenal, just blowing it right by. And now sitting pretty in a now getting into that bottom of the order, but really, as Matt, you and I have kind of hit on, there really is no bottom of the order with how stout this bottom of the order is with Gibson, Strickland, and then even already getting a taste of what Mumau can bring to the table tonight.
Mumau on deck. That one swung on a miss on a check swing by Cale Strickland. Home plate umpire says he went around, and as Dylan was just alluding to, I mean, Gibson, Strickland, and Mumau, all three have gone on and all have scored, so be a 0-1 count now to Strickland. 1 out. Inside. Ball 1. We got 1-1s on the board. As Horn will deliver the 1-1. That'll be in the air, skied out, but it will be just out of play into the right field trees. Now a 1-2 count to Horn on Strickland, trying to retire him. And here it is. Curveball in there, strike 3 looking. So a quick 2 strikeouts for Horn. And now will be the bottom hitter, and Sam Mumau, who got his first hit of the summer in his last at-bat, RBI single. And Dylan, you said in the break, Zachary Horn kind of built to be a reliever with the name that he has, and just right there, 2 quick outs in this bottom half of the order.
Looking really good. And, hey, as mentioned, he's got a reliever's name. He's got the high socks of a reliever, maybe a little ode to David Robertson out there towing the rubber.
You just like trying to bring up any Yankee you can.
He was a Met as well.
And he sucked.
I was trying to find a common ground for us here, but, yes, his best years were likely in pinstripes, not necessarily in the blue and orange.
No, not the blue and orange pinstripes, that's for sure. We have an 0-2 count now to Mumau. Earlier when Johnny Lopez made that play at third, I was going to say, kind of reminisces me of David Wright. I was trying to get under your skin.
Doesn't bother me.
I bet it doesn't, as that'll be another strikeout for Horn. It'll be 3, and he'll strike out the side. And that'll be the end of the 5th. We'll be back for the top half of the 6th here on Tom Sox TV. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We have a good one.
Fans, we are midway through this one. It's time to get loud. Let's send it down to the amazing Lily for more. Lily, take it away.
All right, Tom Sox fans, the loudest person gets a Chick-fil-A gift card. You need to cheer as loud as you can or else you're not going to earn it. All right. Keep it going, keep it going. Good job, Tom Sox fans.
New pitcher in the game for your Tom Sox from Old Dominion, number 7, Marco Lavari.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. For the top half of the 6th, we are midway through this game, a 6-0 Tom Sox lead here on Star Wars Night. Matt Cabram, Dylan Price here on the call if you're just joining us late in this game. Tom Sox made some noise in their bottom halves of the 3rd and the 4th for this 6-0 lead, and right now it will be a call to the bullpen for the Sox. We got Marco Lavari. Dylan, what do we got on Marco?
Marco Lavari, he's a bit of a Tom Sox royalty, as Kenny Lavari played for the team, his brother in 2020. Now the younger of the Lavaris, a freshman, fellow Old Dominion Monarch, toes the rubber from Vineland, New Jersey.
This is Lavari's 2nd outing of the summer, as that'll be a 1-1 count to their 3-hitter in Keller. Lavari's first outing was the opening night game on the road in Stanton in that 9-8 loss, but probably one of the best ones of the night. Went two innings and a third, no hits, no runs, 3 walks, but 4 strikeouts. 2-1. As that one just got away. As we have had some position changing here. We have Strickland now behind the plate. Lavari with the strike. Now we have a 2-2 count. Can confirm that is Cale Strickland behind the plate. Over at first. And here comes the 2-2 from Lavari. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, so Lavari strikes out the first batter he sees, and the 3-hitter Keller. And for Keller, 3rd strikeout of the night. The golden sombrero.
The catcher, number 36, Brent Walmsley.
And now it's going to be Rhett Walmsley here now, the catcher. As Lavari gets the sign And here's the pitch. Be chopper fouled to the first base side. It's going to be Robbie Levy, who's over there at first now for the position swap. Just Strickland and Levy swapping mid-game like they've done a few times already this summer. Just trying to keep those catchers fresh. Well, they can also play third. And we've also seen some Jack McMullen action in the lineup. Look for him to at least probably get a pinch hit with a 6-0 lead now for your Tom Sox. And the 0-1, inside, ball one.
It's a long season in terms of just coming straight out of the college season and now into summer ball, 44 or so game slate, maybe more, maybe less, that you kind of have on the docket. You want to keep as many catchers as you have fresh.
100% Dylan, the 1-1 pitch. Skied in the air, it's going to be popped up. Easy for Mumau. Be the second out, as he'll squeeze that one. Be 2 outs here now. And coming up, Canterbury, who is over 2 strikeout and a fly out to left field in James Tossig. That was back in the 4th inning. Lavari looks to make quick outings in his first few hitters that he sees. Fouled off and away for strike one. Looking to keep these pitchers looking very good, Dylan. I mean, right now with that 6-0 lead, they have all the free will right now, I would say. You know, you still don't want to let the other team get an advantage to try to come back here, but just really work on most of your pitches here.
Yeah, you could really try a little bit different, as you even seeing it there from Glory. Vary things up, go with a little bit more off-speed in situations. You might test it because you do have that 6-run cushion. You try to treat probably every outing the exact same, but this one you can kind of lay off a little bit and have a little bit more fun. And as you mentioned, kind of hone that craft and try a diverse look at pitches.
And this is the 3rd home game for the Tom Sox. 10-3 win against the Culpeper in that first one, and then a dominant 16-1 run rule victory over Waynesboro. That'll be lined to Ethan Gibson. We'll play it on the hop. Throw to first. Now we'll retire to side. Marco Lavari comes in, shuts down all 3 hitters. 1, 2, 3 for him, and up come the Tom Sox coming up for the bottom half of the 6th. We'll be right back here on Tom Sox TV. Stay tuned after the break.
Well, fans, the control of the galaxy is at stake, and we're going to set it with a water balloon fight. Take it away, Lily.
Good old-fashioned water balloon fight. The rules are there. No rules. They're going for it. Now up. I don't know. It looks like these kids are taking over the Tom Sox. Lots of water balloons breaking over here. I think the kids win this one. Sorry, Tom Sox.
Leading off for your Cavaliers, the 3rd baseman, number 9, Johnny Lopez.
And back to Tom Sox TV in a 6-0 Tom Sox lead right here. Top of the order, Johnny Lopez coming up here. He is 1 for 3. Got a single. And he had that sacrifice bunt that ended up scoring some runs over there. So Tom Sox playing small ball throughout this game, Dylan.
Yeah, no long ball like we saw the last time the Tom Sox took action. 16-1 victory where Kid Blue and company really piloting things with that aforementioned long ball. Today it's a little bit more technical, just matriculating those runs across the board. Those first 2 innings, it really did look like a true pitcher's duel, and saw a lot kind of follow suit with both Nace and Trubaum making very good starts. But now it's been a lot more of Charlottesville playing it and just trying to get those runners across the plate, which they have 6 times.
Zachary Horn back out there for his inning of work. Struck out the side his last inning. And now he has a 1-0 count to Johnny Lopez. 2-0 now. That one gets outside. And back to the Tom Sox, Dylan. All 3 home games scoring 6 runs or more. We saw in the first 2 big ones, 10-3, 16-1. And they try to look to extend their home field streak, I guess you would say. I mean, it would be technically be the streak if they could knock on wood, get this one done. And look, just, I guess, would say undefeated at home. I guess that would be easier for the broadcasters to not hear me chat on this broadcast.
Ain't over till it's over, but as you mentioned, yes, this would continue a nice little streak here at the start of the season.
So that one catches the outside corner to Lopez. It'll be 3-1 now. And the 3-1 from Horn fouled away, and 3-0 to 3-2 now. Horn aggressive with Lopez on that outside corner. 3-2 count. The lefty sets up for the windup. And here he comes. He goes to deal. Did he go? And yes, he did. Ball's going to be in the dirt. Lopez. Then to complete the strikeout, the catcher, Walmers, sends it down. And it'll be 4 straight strikeouts for Horn, Dylan.
Horn continuing to look really sharp. Some movement in the Braves bullpen, but for now, this is Horn's show, and I think if you're Brady Bogart and his team, you're hoping now in a game that, you're falling behind 6-0, you kind of ride a little bit more out of Horn here, maybe get another full inning out of him, and then turn things over for 7th and 8th.
First pitch to Tommy Roldan is in there for the strike for the lefty-on-lefty matchup. And as Dylan just mentioned, warming up for the Braves will be number 14, Braxton Brooks, the rising sophomore out of the University of Alabama. Bring him Horns pitch, and Roldan in the air, and that's going to get down. Diving attempt by the center fielder. It's going to get away from him. Roldan with the wheels. He's going to go all the way to third, and he's going to be standing with a triple there. Tommy Roldan shows off the wheels with a beautiful hit into the right center field gap.
I thought that one might have had a chance at first, as it's getting late, the lights are on, depth perception a little off from our vantage point, but it was hit really, really well from Roldan and had a chance at the end. And as you mentioned, Roldan, the wheels, didn't matter either way, because when the ball dropped down and trying to make a play on it, and doing a pretty good job of it, at it there in center field was A.J. Wenrich, but getting the throw back in, and by that time Roldan had already raced around to third, and now he's in a nice spot here.
Good play there, or play attempt, I would say, by Wenrich, giving up the body, knowing that, playing, as that's going to be the first triple of the season for the Tom Sox. It belongs to Tommy Roldan, as once that ball got down, it was a good attempt by Wenrich, but once that got down, Roldan turned on the Jets, and he knew he was going all the way to 3, and he was in there flying, standing up. And the 0-1 pitch to Ballou, who has an RBI chance there on first. Cade Ballou, a single to start his night. Been on base twice via the walk. Has scored a run in this one. Also has a stolen base, so what a stat line so far for Ballou. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Big cut there from Ballou. Maybe, as we mentioned, looking for another homer here. But I think either way now, the approach probably changes a little bit in a 1-2 count with an out. Try to get the ball in play here and send Roldan home.
And here comes the 1-2 from the lefty Horn. Ballou fouls it off, heads right back to the fence. As Dylan was ready for that one, but unfortunately behind the cage. Can't quite make a play.
Would have been tough to make a play on it, as you mentioned. The crowd in front of us here, very nice crowd here on this Thursday evening that's turned out. They would have probably got it first. It's okay.
And the foul ball with the crowd, and you return it to the concessions, you get an ice cream.
It's a pretty good deal. I might start fighting for that ball now.
That one just missed from Horn to Ballou. So, be a 2-2 count. Roldan over there on third with the first Tom Sox triple of the season, just mentioned. On deck, Robbie Levy, who has 2 RBIs in this one. That's going to be a chopped swing there by Ballou. So we'll go foul behind the catcher. Be nervous is almost like a swinging bunt, Dylan. It was so close to where he was at, but with the swing attempt, though, it's not a regular bunt where that'd be a strikeout on the foul. 2-2 to Ballou. 1 out. And Horn delivers. Got him looking. That's a big strikeout for Horn, his 5th of the evening. And he gets a big one there with Ballou, who can really put a bat on ball. And now it will be a 2-out opportunity here for Robbie Levy.
Levy in a good spot here. We've seen him driving some runs already. He's reached base every time he's stepped to the plate. He still has rolled on 90 feet away from scoring. But as you mentioned, just a very, very good job pitching tonight from Horn here in relief. And if everything stands pat, Brady Bogard could be lucky to get this full inning out of him, maybe even a little bit more. As we've mentioned, there is still some action in the pen.
6 batters so far faced, 5 strikeouts, just 1 hit. That 3-2 rolled on, and he's got 2 batters caught looking. That's Strickland and Ballou. So Horn's coming and has made his appearance very, very noticeable. So we got a 1-1 count to Levy, who is technically 1 for 1 on the day. 2 RBI double and 2 walks. Upstairs, ball 2, 2-1. Still a beautiful night here in Charlottesville. Still got a lot of the crowd here on Star Wars promotional night. We have the junior baseball team here as well, just mentioned, from David Argo. That one catches the outside corner, and it'll be 2s on the board to number 30. My apologies, just got told the wrong word with the headset on, the Virginia College baseball team. So thank you again, David Argo. 2-2 count, outside ball 3. As the Super Regional is tomorrow, as they just keep telling me to keep saying all this. I'm going to focus on the pitcher and the batter here. And here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, the 6th strikeout of the night for Horn. It's going to end the inning here. Only gave up the triple, but unfortunately, Roldan not able to score here. 6-0 your Tom Sox lead. We'll be right back after the break for the 7th inning.
Fans, we'd like to give a special shout out to our fitness sponsors who open their facilities to our players and coaches every summer. Thank you to Planet Fitness at 5th Street Station, Stretch Lab at Barracks Road, the Baseball Academy on Avon Street, and of course, the Piedmont Family YMCA. Speaking of YMCA, let's spell it out. Fans, we'd like to give a special welcome to former Tom Sox and Charlottesville resident, first baseman for the University of Virginia Cavaliers, number 9, Henry Ford, along with a number of other players from the University of Virginia baseball team. Gentlemen, good luck tomorrow in Super Regionals.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV for the top half of the 7th inning. Dylan Price, Matt Cabram, if you're just joining us. Dylan, 6-0 lead so far. How do the Tom Sox try to close this one out?
6-0 lead, and it's really keep things going the way they have as Marco Villar gets a strike there. Pitchers have been steadfast. The bats have come through. A little bit of small ball as opposed to some of that long ball they've been working in the early part of this very, very young season. But pitchers have been on point. Finish it out for these next pair of innings, and, well, 3 innings. Won't be full inning if they keep things at pace. But so far, so good.
The 1-1 from Lavari. The breaking ball attempt just outside ball 2 to Hayden Gustafson, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Pop out, or line out, I'd say, the second baseman. But a great flashy play and a strikeout. It's going to be fouled off and away on a 2-2 pitch. You just got word to you that former Tom Sox Henry Ford is in the crowd tonight for the University of Virginia Cavaliers, joining alongside Aiden Teal and other players here just ahead of the night before their Super Regional game. So love to see a former Tom Sox in the crowd, Helped the team last year go to a 32-20 overall record. That one's fouled off away again. And in the VBL Championship Series, appeared in 35 games, made 33 starts last year. Henry Ford led the team last year in batting average, .316. But we'll be back here on a 2-2 count. Lavari to Gustafson. Be fouled away to the left side. Caught by one of the Braves in their dugout, so head-up alert play there. You know, that will be a little dangerous, Dylan.
They can be a little bit dangerous. Hopefully all those Virginia players staying clear of those foul balls. Big game tomorrow, big weekend ahead for the Cavaliers as they look to continue to march on and maybe to Omaha.
Ground ball to Ethan Gibson. He'll play this one. Nope, he'll bobble it, try to stay with it, throw over to first. And he recovers nicely for the out. What a play there by Gibson to realize that he had time, stayed with it, and shot a fire cannon over the first for the out.
Good job there from Gibson. No hesitation, just had a little bit of a bobble and dialed right back in and helping Mark Lavari out there with a nice play.
So it'll be one out now. Cameron Cole up for his third at-bat, another 0-for-2 batter, strikeout, and ground out to the third baseman, and Johnny Lopez. As looks like the home plate umpire had to step away for a second, so the players will just chill around the diamond. Looks like the umpire just needed some water. Stay hydrated out here. Very humid out here, Dylan.
Still humid. The temperature has dropped about 75 degrees as it stands right now, and still, though, that humidity playing a factor in that early part of June here down south.
Us from up north, Dylan, not really used to this
It's
type of
a
weather.
little bit of culture shock, I'll be honest. Still getting adjusted to it. The hair's been a little bit more poofy. The sweat coming in bunches.
Oh, yeah, not like this from where we're from. You more up north than I am, up in,
Slightly a little up.
what is it, Monticello?
Monticello hit the nail on the head there.
They have a Monticello here in Virginia.
do?
So
Feeling right at home.
as the training staff will make sure Brandon Marin's all good to go as he starts walking back to the plate. Seems to be all hydrated, ready to go. Lavari will look to stay active on that mound, and he'll finally face Cameron Cole here. Some claps from the crowd now for the home plate umpire. Make sure he's all good. And Lavari one out now. He will throw his first pitch here in the dirt. Cole just trying to get anything started here for the Braves. Down 6, still a lot of baseball left, Dylan.
Still a lot of baseball left. You hit the nail on the head. Ain't over till it's over. Yogi Berra said that all the time. He knows a lot about the game, they say.
Another Yankees reference for UA. But Yogi, legend though. Legend.
Yes,
and also a
legend.
Met too. Also a Met.
Also, I'm trying to find a middle ground for us here, Matt.
I just hear Yogi Berra, I think of the Yankees. So it's
Same with David Robertson. Starting to think maybe the Mets get these guys and Yankees have a little bit more success with them. Just
the 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Usually players play for the Yankees and they have their worser years when they go over to the Mets.
I'm not saying anything. It's all you.
I've dealt with that my entire life. Here comes the 2-1 from Lavari. In there, down the middle, down the chute for strike 2. We have a 2-2 count.
Lavari in a really good spot here. 2-2, and now, as we've mentioned, has that ability to be a little bit more risky, take those chances with that 6-run cushion, but still locking down that heart of the strike zone.
2-2. On the outside corner, got him looking. Huge strikeout there for Marco Lavari. Be 2 outs here in the 7th. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strikeouts now for the Tom Sox. Or now it is 12, so they have surpassed their season total on the year, as Mike Bolger is telling me I do have the wrong stat. Mike, what do I got? 11 is the season high so far for the Tom Sox pitching staff, as that's a first pitch strike to A.J. Winrich. And now it will be a Ground ball to Gibson. Sets his feet, throws to first. Picked down the dirt by Levy, and that's going to end the inning. 6-0 is still your lead. We're going to head into the stretch of this game here on Tom Sox TV. Stay tuned here.
6-0. All right, fans, you know what time it is. It's time to get up on your feet. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, and the loudest voices will get free candy. So let's hear you. Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Tom Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame. Here we go. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs. New pitcher in the game for Staunton. From UAB, number 14, Braxton Brooks. All right, fans, get out those 50-50 raffle ticket numbers. Tonight's winning number is 368980. Again, that winning number 368980. If you're holding ticket number 368980, come on up to the press box and claim your prize.
I mean, it was good odds to bet against them. I'd say it was good. I like plus. I was excited to win.
And welcome back to Tom Sox TV. 7th inning stretch here, Dylan. Me and Dylan were up and out. We were singing "Take Me Out of the Ball Game," and we have a 6-0 Tom Sox lead still. And 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. What do we got for Scully here, Dylan? What does he have to do to try to keep adding on to this lead here? And Horn is still out for another inning of work.
Horn continues on. Still some action.
As it was the pitching change. My apologies, Dylan, to cut you off. Just want to keep talking about Horn.
I was looking for the high Sox. As tough vantage point here. We had operations intern standing in front here. I couldn't see the high Sox of Horn, but regardless, Horn day is done. But what an outing from him, able to buy those 2 innings for Bogart, and now Bogart able to go to the pen here and
it's Braxton Brooks. Braxton Brooks will be on the mound, and it will be an 0-2 count from Brooks to Sicoli in the dirt. Ball 1.
So all things considered, as the day done for Horn, he winds out with 6 strikeouts, just a hit in 2 innings of work. Said he has that kind of reliever name. Keeps pitching like that, he'll be finding his way
100%.
beyond the college league to majors sometime soon.
Now here's the 1-2 from Brooks. Inside, almost hits Sicoli, but he's able to get away from that one. 2-2 here. Sicoli will get the pitch from Brooks. Ball 3 just misses on the outside corner. That's where Brooks was trying to paint that one, but home plate umpire was not budging on that one. And the full count pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Brooks comes in and immediately gets a strikeout to start his evening. And it will be toss-it coming up.
Braxton Brooks, the UAB player, freshman year, went to Walnut Grove High School by way of Monroe, Georgia. 6'1", 192 pounds. Just wrapped up that first year out at UAB. Now getting some summer ball experience. Now with the Staunton Braves, and he's already got a strikeout here.
And Brooks' first pitch to Tossig, an outside ball one, couldn't be squeezed by the catcher. It's a catcher change. It is now Micah Canterbury behind the plate in relief for Brett Walmsley. The 1-0 be right up the middle, and that's going to be Tossig's first hit of the summer. A beauty of a hit, and it goes right up the middle. And the Tom Sox have a base runner on with one out here, Dylan.
That was a pretty hit there for Tossig. When you draw up a nice clean-cut single to try to get that mojo back and get that first hit here in VBL play, that's about as, well, picture perfect as you could ask for.
And now here's Ethan Gibson, number 31, the shortstop. Does have a hit today, a walk, has scored. Has struck out, though. That was against Horn. So now back to the righty-on-righty matchup. We'll see how he'll adjust here. Brooks looks over at Tossig. And he delivers. That's going to be lined into the gap. That's going to be a base hit. Tossig with the wheels. He's going to head over to first to third. And Gibson will put on the brakes. It will be the second single tonight for Gibson. Both singles, Dylan, kind of, playing with the outfielder's arms, trying to keep them on their toes.
Baiting him a little bit there with his speed. Never know if he's going to try to test it or if he's going to turn off those jets. And right there, once again, a really big turn about halfway to second, but eventually slows the pace down, heads back to first, but does enough to get Tossig all the way from second to third. And now a really good spot here for the Tom Sox to add a little bit more run support on there and take some more pressure off Marco Lavari.
And here is Cale Strickland, just batting above 400. Got the RBI opportunity here. So after that Sicoli strikeout, Tom Sox get 2 hits back-to-back. That's going to be fouled off and away on that first pitch to Strickland for strike one.
Show Airport. Whenever you're flying, check Cho first at GoCho.com.
Braxton Brooks trying to limit this damage here, but a little bit of a jam. Runners in the corners, 1 out. 6-0 ball game. And the pitch runner goes, be a hit and run. That's going to score a run. Flip to first from the second baseman in Cole. So it'll be an RBI there for Strickland. Tossig scores, he'll plate the run, and it'll be a 7-0 lead here for your Tom Sox on the hit and run sacrifice there. And small ball still with a 6-0 lead, Dylan.
Small ball, but it still works to continue to build upon that lead. And now 7-0. Still runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. And opportunity for the Florida Gator to maybe get a second hit of the contest.
And with an RBI opportunity there on second base. So 2 outs here. Mumau. Brooks looking for that sign from his catcher in Canterbury. And he deals. Just missed the bottom half of the zone. Ball 1. Seven nothing your Tom Sox lead on a beautiful night here in Charlottesville. Here comes the 1-0. That one's in the dirt. 2-0 now to Mumau. On deck, Johnny Lopez. Brooks gets what Canterbury gives him. Here comes the 2-0. And a stretch. Right down the middle. That one's pumped in there for a strike.
Do like the pitch selection here from Brooks. Showing a lot of different vantage points with these pitches, going outside, going inside. Really hasn't been rattled despite some of these hits here and that hit and run RBI a moment ago.
That's 3-1, or the 2-1 will be into the dirt, and now the count will be up at 3-1. Runner on second base for the 9-hole hitter in Mumau. Brooks trying to work around this 3-1 count. Trying to end the inning here. Sets to go from the stretch. Fouled off away, and now we have a full count here to the Florida Gator. As the chicken sounds with the audio booth will go off here.
Chickens don't usually fare well with gators. Might be an opportunity here for Momau to take advantage.
Like how you think there, Dylan. That was very clever.
Once in a while. Broken clock's right twice a day.
Here comes the 3-2 from Brooks. And he's going to send one in there, and that's going to be a foul ball towards the Tom Sox bullpen.
Send it on a ride. Just needs to straighten it out a little bit, and could have been extra bases.
Making Brooks work here. It'll be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. 7th, my apologies. The 7th pitch of the at-bat and a 3-2 count. It's Gibson on second. Tosick did plate that run earlier in this inning. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on 2. And here comes the pitch from Brooks. Inside, ball 4. So Johnny Lopez will get a crack at it with 2 outs here and 2 guys on for him.
Really nice job to work that walk, and not even just that, work the pitch count, as obviously you want to, it's not like you're working the starter here, but no matter who you're against as a pitcher, the more throws you have, the more tired that arm is going to get, and more likely Bogart might have to go to that pen one more time, and it doesn't hurt you necessarily entirely in this game, but could hurt the Braves down the road.
100% Dylan, as that first pitch is in there for a strike on the breaking ball to Johnny Lopez.
A little bit of a chess match in the VBL standings.
Back to that Momau walk. It was 3-1 count. Then Braxton Brooks gets him to a 3-2 count, fouls off 2 more pitches, 8 pitches, and then he lost him on the walk. So very smart at bat there from the 9-hitter, as that one's going to sail away from the catcher. It'll be 1-1. Lopez trying to get his second hit of the ball game here. Drive home that run, and Gibson on second. Low and away. Good eye there by Lopez. Dons the number 9. And Brooks sets the deal. And the pitch. Up and in. Beat ball 3. So we saw Brooks get a 3-1 count. Last batter almost worked to try to get him back. Lost him, so we'll see how he'll deal to the lefty and Lopez. Tommy Roldan on deck. He's already had a massive night here, trying to add on to it if he can get the opportunity with guys on. And the 3-1. That's going to be ball 4, and Roldan will get the bases loaded opportunity.
Probably the last guy in the lineup you really want to face if you're the Braves with the bases loaded, and Roldan fresh off a triple. Now at bat once again.
Now Tommy Roldan. 3 for 4. Strikeout, 3 hits. He did have that triple the last time up, but he was left stranded over at third. The only hit of the night off Zachary Horn, who had himself a beautiful night, as me and Dylan alluded to earlier. Just one of those relief pitchers that came in, had the swagger, gave up that triple, and didn't back down. So the Braves do have a great bullpen piece in Horn on that side. Now here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to get away, but no movement from the runner at third and Gibson. It'll be 2-0. And right now if you're Roldan, I mean, almost eyeing near a hitter's count. You got the bases loaded. You got a 2-0 count, 2 outs. You're just being really smart up here in this at-bat.
There's no place to put him. Make him throw it over the heart of the plate, and in that case, we've seen Roldan already turn on one.
2-0 is outside, ball 3. It's now 3-0. I mean, Dylan, do you have the green light here, or are you taking a pitch?
I think if it's close, 7-0 lead, you might be swinging on this one.
Roldan, bases loaded. 3-0 count, 2 outs. And the pitch. As you were right, Dylan. Green light he got, but that'll be the first strike of the at-bat.
Now it at least allows Brooks to take that sigh relief. Still does 2 outs he's working with here. If you put Roldan away, can limit the damage, only just the 1 run in the inning.
And on deck, the heavy hitter and Cade Ballew's up. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So now it'll be a full count with the bases loaded and 2 outs. So runners will be in motion on the pitch. So if Roldan can find some blood on the bat, definitely will be playing a run, maybe 2.
He's worked himself back into this at-bat.
Runners go, 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and a Pretty cool bat flip there by Roldan, as the RBI will be credited to him. That's Ethan Gibson who comes in to score, and it'll be an 8-0 Charlottesville lead with Cade Ballou coming up. And looks like Brooks is still going to face him.
And one fun note here, Matt, after the bottom of the order went around a little bit here, every member of the starting lineup tonight has reached base.
That's a beautiful stat if you want to hear, if you're Randy Tomlin and his coaching staff. And the second pitch to Blues outside. Got 2-0 count. Got some action in that Tom Sox bullpen. And the 2-0. 3-0 to Ballou. So Brooks struggling to find the strike zone, even though he's been dealing with some of these hitters and working these counts up. It'll be another 3-0 count with the bases juiced. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 as Ballou had that 3-0 green light with this 8-0 ball game.
Another green light. They're swinging.
Just shows how aggressive this coaching staff wants these guys to be. 8-0. Doesn't matter. Still got to keep going and keep attacking at it. And here comes 3-1. That's going to be a blooper. It's going to be a tough play for the third baseman. And the play over the first, he's going to be safe. So it'll be an infield hit for Cade Ballou. His second hit of the night. It'll be an RBI. In the score was Mumau. And up now is Robbie Levy, and on deck, Dylan, would be the hitter, Matthew Sicoli, who started this inning.
We might be going around here again and might go to the next section of the scorebook if you're scoring at home.
And for the Tom Sox, warming up in that bullpen is number 34, Ryan Grisiak. And if Charlottesville is to score that 10th run over on third base, that would be another run rule victory here at home. And that would conclude the ball game. The 0-1. And the little chopper to the second baseman. He'll let it eat him up. And it'll be the end of the inning. So Tom Sox played 3 more. They have a 9-0 lead here going to the 8th inning. And you're listening to Tom Sox TV. You will be right back after the break.
The Tom Sox would like to thank the good folks at Stretch Lab for their support this season. No two bodies are the same, and no two stretches at Stretch Lab are the same. One-on-one stretching is about identifying tightness and imbalances in your body and customizing a stretch routine that's just for you. Our clients may come in with pain, tightness, or specific focus areas, but they keep coming back and commit to their flexibility journey once they experience the freedom that comes with having a wider range of motion and flexibility. Again, thank you to the folks at Stretch Lab. And a big shout out to Ellis from Charlottesville. Ellis, you are tonight's 50-50 winner. Again, congratulations, Ellis from Charlottesville. New pitcher in the game for your Tom Sox from Florida Southwestern, number 34, Ryan Grayshock. Leading off for Staunton, number 30, Jacob Lester.
And we are back here after the intermission here on Tom Sox TV. 9-0. Charlottesville leads over the division leading Staunton Braves. So Dylan, Charlottesville very dominant here at home. It's very shown so far in these first 3 games. 9 runs scored in all of them. And they are a run away from ending this one. But we still have a little bit of baseball left to go here. So we have new pitcher Ryan Grayshack. What do we got on Ryan?
Well, Grayshack comes into the contest. His first pitch outside.
Be a 1-0 count to the hitter. And here comes the 1-0. He fouled off and away. Jacob Lester, the third baseman, who's made some plays on the diamond, Dylan, so at least Lester is having a good day in the field.
Now I got your info on Ryan Grayshack. It went away. Florida Southwestern member, the righty, started a game, appeared in 16 last year, 25 and a third innings pitched, 4.26 ERA, and he fanned 29 on the season.
29, 27 walks. He's given up 18 hits, 15 runs, as Dylan just said, 25 and a third, but he had a 2-0 win-loss record and a 4.26 ERA.
Green must also be the lucky color tonight. Celtics currently in the lead right now for those of you paying attention to the NBA Finals as well.
That's a strike on Lester, so 2-2. Grayshack gets that 2-count strike. Gets the sign from Strickland. Into the stretch. Fouled and away. That one was a bullet off the bat of Jacob Lester coming back our way off to the fence.
Nearly hit the mic down there.
It was very,
there was
very
a ding.
close. We heard it in our headphones, so thank you to David Argo for blowing out our eardrums, moving that mic down there. And here comes the 2-2. Tried to bite, but he held up, discipline. So a full count for Grayshack's first hitter and Jacob Lester he's facing. And the 3-2. Be popped up, and it looks like this one's going to go out of play. Right over the big shack over there in right field, behind the Tom Sox dugout. Still a 3-2 count to Grayshack's first hitter, Jacob Lester. And it's the full count. And he sets the throw. Chopper over to Lopez. Plays the hop, fires the first. What a play there by Lopez for the first out of the inning, and the first out retired by Grayshack.
Really good job there from Lopez. Read the hop perfectly, fired it over, and just getting him in time. Another nice play from a third baseman today between Lester, who just ended up out there, and now Lopez, the third baseman, putting the skill on full display with the leather this evening.
We'll be back to the top of the order, but we are going to have a pinch hitter now. Number 26, Nate Prince, the junior, for the Braves.
Pinch hitting for Staunton from Roanoke College, number 26, Nate Prince.
So Prince getting an at-bat here, trying to spark any momentum for the Braves. And that first pitch is just outside. Tried to go for the outside corner was Grayshack. One-0 count, and Grayshack deals. Fouled off the fence, headed right in front of the Sox first base dugout. Still a beautiful night here in Charlottesville on Star Wars promotional night. Good crowd here, still sticking through the end in this 9-0 lead here for Charlottesville. That one is fouled off on away again, so it'll be a 1-2 count with one out. To Prince.
A little bit on Prince here. He's a sophomore at Roanoke. Plays for the Maroons. The righty, 5'8", And he's kind of just a utility player, plays everywhere, anywhere that you need him.
And the 1-2. Prince with a little ground ball. The flip to Grayshack from Levy. That's a big second out there, as good communication between the two. And it's Jake Dalturi coming up again, trying to get his first hit of the night. He's been on base via a walk. That was back in the 4th.
Now batting, Jake Dalturi.
And now Grayshack. This first pitch to Dalturi fouled off right by that mic again. So if you heard that ping off the fence, it's right next to that mic. So these Tom Sox pitchers, Dylan, have been aggressive all night on most of these counts.
They're attacking the zone and not afraid to take those chances, and clearly it's worked out too. A good showing thus far, and working through the shutout performance against Staunton and getting a little bit of vengeance after the 9-8 defeat they saw to them on opening at night.
Got the 1-1 count. Fouled off and away as that one just off the glove of the catcher, and Cale Strickland tried to squeeze that one but gets away from him. One-two count. Grayshack gets his sign from Strickland and deals. Did he go? And he did go from the home plate umpire. That'll be strike 3. That will end the inning there. And Grayshack will pick up his first strikeout of the summer. And that will end the 8th inning. We'll be coming into the bottom half of the 8th. Charlottesville 1 run away from declaring a mercy rule win. They'll look to try to score that here in the 8th. They'll be right back after the intermission.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's Valley League scoreboard in the South Division. Over in Waynesboro, the Harrisonburg Turks have a 5-3 lead over Waynesboro in the top of the 8th. The game between Culpeper and Covington has been postponed. And in the North Division, there is a final from the North Division. Percival Cannons beat the Winchester Royals 2-1. That game was played up in Winchester. And up in Strasburg, in the bottom of the 8th, the Strasburg Express 8, Front Royal Cardinals 5. In Newmarket, the Rebels have a 10-5 lead over the Woodstock River Bandits. And that is tonight's Valley League scoreboard. Now pitching for stand number 31, Jake Dalturi. At third base, Hayden Gustafson playing second base for the Braves. Cameron Cole. Michael Canterbury over at first base. And behind the plate now catching for Staunton, number 10, Frankie Carreras.
Welcome back to Tom Sox TV. If you're just joining us this late in the broadcast, Matt Cabram joined alongside Dylan Price for his first call of the summer here with Tom Sox TV. Dylan, 9-0 game. right now the Sox are 1 run away if they can get one in the 8th to close this game out. If not, they need 3 outs. What have you seen so far in this game?
I mean, everything has really clicked for the Tom Sox. Take nothing away from the Braves, who, if it all holds and the score holds as stands, Braves and Tom Sox would be tied on their season series 1-1. But everything's clicked. The bats, everyone in the lineup has reached base for the pitching staff as it stands. And I'll knock on wood for those of you at home. Well, for those of you pulling for the Tom Sox, if you're rooting for the Braves, I hope I did jinx it for you. I don't know. However it stands, they got a 1-hitter right now. And with that said, they've also tied the team high with 12 Ks as a staff.
That's pretty big here for the Tom Sox, and we just had a lot of moving around. We got Jake Talturi now pitching, going from short to pitching, and then we got a new catcher. That is now number 10, Frankie Carreras. Then we got over at short, number 27, Micah Carterberry, who just played catcher over at first base. So a lot of moving around here for the Braves this late in the game in a 9-0 ball game.
Getting everybody a taste of action, and credit to Taltori, who went from shortstop to the bump and just nabbed
like
the
Little
K.
League, you know what I mean?
He just nabbed the K. So who were we to question Brady Bogart? Because that was a good move.
That was a good move, and with that strikeout, be the first out. That was McMullen who went down swinging. Up now is Tossig. That was McMullen batting for Matthew Sicoli. So big first out there for Dalturi, who goes from short on the mound, Little League edition. Second pitch to Tossig is inside, 2-0. And the 2-0. Fouled off. Be a 2-1 count. Dalturi throwing these strikes, Dylan.
Daltori doing a very good job, as you mentioned. He's finding the strike zone. He settled right back in after those 2 balls and finding a bit of a rhythm here. It's hard to go from shortstop to toeing the rubber.
That's very good for the Braves down the road, where if they ever need someone off the field to save some arms, they got Dalturi, who's going to throw another strike. Got a 2-2 count to Tossig.
Maybe he could try pitching from shortstop. Could be adventure.
Be pretty fun to do.
And you're probably not hitting the strike zone too often.
It's very tough, but here's Tossig looking for his second hit of the summer inside ball 3, who did record that first one in the Tom Sox colors. That was a beautiful single up the middle from a lefty. Went the other way basically up the middle, and here comes the 3-2 from Dalturi inside ball 4. So there's the walk now from Dalturi. And up now is Ethan Gibson. He's made a lot of noise in this game. He's been on base 3 times, trying to make it 4. Got 1 out, runner on first.
He's also got some great walk-up music. Tip of the cap to him as well. I'm loving the Tom Sox walk-up songs. As we mentioned, first night here, they've delivered.
Dylan Price, big country guy.
Big country guy, but I got to tip Robbie Levy, hot and cold, is a heck of a choice as well.
That's
I've mentioned it
one.
twice already. This will be the 3rd time. I saw David Argo over there. He can get behind hot and cold. He was jamming out.
That's what I saw in that corner over there.
I think he's a secret Katy Perry fan. I'm going to be honest.
I think so too. Dylan is a 2-0. 1-0 pitch goes to 2-0 on that miss.
I'm going to get Fireworks, his favorite song.
That's what I assume. Who doesn't love Firework? 2-0. That's going to catch the plate. It'll be a 2-1 count.
Told me it's usually at the top of his playlist. That or Enter Sandman if he's really getting really, really pumped up.
Think he's in Katy Perry's top 5% of listeners. That one's out outside. 3-1. Dealing with a bug on my computer, Dylan.
Do we have a mini headset?
We should have a mini headset. That one is not going to catch the zone. It'll be ball 4. So back-to-back walks from Dalturi as he seems a little upset on that mound. Knows that there were some pitches that could have went his way, and it's going to be Strickland who's coming up. One out. And it looks like it's going to be Landon Bruce on deck, replacing Umau.
And now pass ball here.
So that'll be a pass ball. Runners will move up, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. So the Tom Sox are 90 feet away from closing this one out in 8 innings. or you would say most likely about 7 1/3. And here comes the next pitch. Strickland trying to end this one, sends it foul, be a 1-1 count.
So if you're Strickland here, are you swinging the bat, trying to go for a regular like base hit, maybe even a home run, or you just trying to hit and run style like we saw earlier, get the run across the plate?
I was about to say, Dylan, right now is the next pitch will be, there's going to be a chopper to the shortstop. He'll make the play. It's number 30, Jacob Lester, who moved over from third. But back to what you were saying, Dylan, with 2 guys on, 1 out, 9-0 game. You're just really trying to hit for whatever you want in that situation. Yes, he was trying to end that game, but they were able to get him to roll over on the chopper. And now it's going to be the pinch hitter, Landon Bruce, up for the Tom Sox. First pitch to Bruce. In there for a ball. Landon Bruce right now hitting 200. He's got a hit on the year, 2 runs, and 5 at-bats. That's going to go up the middle, and that's going to end the game here for the Tom Sox. I think they're going to count both these runs on the base hit. So they'll score just in case. Nope, just only the first run will count. It'll be a 10-0 run rule victory for the Tom Sox here in the bottom half of the 8th. It will be Landon Bruce, the pinch hitter, who ends it here. And with that, the Tom Sox are now tied up at the top of the South Division, 4-1 with the Staunton Braves. Dylan, what a great one tonight. We saw it all around. This was a team win for the Charlottesville team.
Team win, well-oiled machine, and picked up right where they left off on Sunday. Obviously, a scheduled off day on Monday, extra time with Tuesday and Wednesday being rainouts. They get back in action here on Thursday evening, and they do it by way of a 10-0 shutout. They ended things early, and really everything clicked. They tied their team high with 12 Ks as a staff. Hudson Trobow was fantastic. 8 strikeouts, vaults him to the top of the VBL. Everyone in the lineup reached base. I don't know if you could really ask for much more.
Exactly, and accolades for you, your first call of the summer with us, and hope you enjoyed this one. It was a pretty fun one we had.
I think it set a very high bar for the rest of the season now, but hey, it was a ton of fun with you, Matt, and always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, man. From Penn State down here to Charlottesville. What a game here. Tom Sox move to 4-1 is their 3rd straight home victory. They are still undefeated at home, scoring 10 runs or more in all 3 of them. 10-3 was the first one, 16-1, and now 10-0 here. They get a little cat and mouse game. They get the 1-1 series tie. It's going to be 1-1 series tie with these Braves in the season series. And after that 9-8 loss where they were sparking momentum to come back, they win this one 10-0 at their home ballpark. But that's going to do it here on Tom Sox TV. Thank you so much for tuning in to us for the rest of this game. 10-0 your final score. The Tom Sox win it. They move to 4-1. The Braves move to 4-2. And that's it for today. Matt Cabram, Dylan Price, thank you so much for hearing us yap this entire night. And a good win for the Tom Sox as they'll be on the road tomorrow. And they look to add more onto this record here to end this opening first stretch of games here within this first week. So thank you so much one more time for tuning in to Tom Sox TV. This is Matt Cabram with Dylan Price signing off here from Charlottesville High School.